Hello, everyone.
What is
welcome.
up?
Hello.
Nation?
Hey.
I'm your host, Killer Keemstar. Let's get right into the game. All right, this game is
bad.
Yeah,
Oh.
basically.
No, we're gonna try and not swear on this. Okay.
Alright,
Oh,
This game seems fun and
No,
exciting.
it's a special case.
It is not similar to any other
I'm bad at
game.
running this stream.
I
Holy
don't
crap.
get toss-up vibes. I don't get tower take-up vibes. I think this is
What about
completely
gateway
original.
vibe?
This is more of a tower.
Before we get
this
into
should
all
be
this,
called Tower Takeover more than Tower Takeover should have been called Tower Takeover.
before we get
Yeah,
into the
that's
game,
probably
let's
true.
look at the people we have in stream today.
Okay, I'm gonna be honest with you, Chief. I think I ruined the slideshow.
Nice.
Alright, we're gonna roll with it.
Capri, you're a monk.
Wait, nope, we're not gonna roll. Okay. Wait, just wait. Buffer out.
Capri, you monkey.
Did you only put in mine?
We set this up like twice!
Why is Capri such a monkey?
Capri!
Alright, I'm sorry. Just wait a second.
Guys, we're gonna have some fantastic pictures come up in a second here. You're gonna love it. Make sure you stick around. Don't forget to follow and send
And
us
subscribe!
No, don't
These title
subscribe.
cards are real
Well,
good.
yeah,
You don't
send
have
us
to
money, I
subscribe.
guess. Sure.
Actually, yeah, no, I'll
Yeah,
take
that
some
would be
money.
great. I'd like
Title
some money.
cards
Give
real
us
good.
primes.
But more
Free
Please
game.
importantly,
ignore Capri being retarded.
Yeah,
Subscribe,
we're not gonna talk about that, Chief.
I love how
alright
I'm
guys,
still
let's try
only
and keep this
chatting
Vex
right now.
forum friendly. We're trying to get a large market here.
Did you say
Alright,
Vex
okay,
forum
So let's
friendly?
start
Alright,
talking
Vex
about the
forum friendly.
LGBT community.
We're not having this
Yeah, man.
conversation.
On the
Get ready to
topic
hear
of the
Sohan mouth
LGBT
breathing.
community, I would just like to say I support everyone.
On the subject of the LGBT community, thank you, Capri, for hosting this stream.
Okay, alright, yeah. Oh no!
No.
That's toxic.
Are we gonna move on?
Almost. Yeah, okay, I think we're pretty
Uh,
We
much
are,
ready to
we
move
are
on.
currently watching Capri. Let's go then.
Okay, yeah, alright.
Slides.
Alright.
Alright, hit us up with
first
those
we've
slides.
got Hayden from Team 2142E.
Ooh, looking
The
cute.
only team in Maine, my main man, and a Hannibal fanboy. More so
Fantastic.
than yeah. All right, let's see if the slideshow broke here. If I actually said
What a
that right.
hottie.
I think I broke the slideshow. If
Just
if
manually
this broke,
switch.
then manually push. Okay.
It sets like 8 seconds, right? Has it been 8 seconds?
I can't Okay.
I
it
think
did
it's been
set
like
8
a
seconds.
half a minute.
It has.
Go, next one.
It's not working.
Okay.
Oh my
I would like to
god.
say we set this up
Three-
at like
the
3
Okay.
p.m.
I
and
fixed
Capri
it, I
somehow
fixed
broke it.
Yeah, I'm kind of bad. Okay.
We got it.
Okay,
This is
let's see. It
Hayden's
should take
stream.
8 seconds. If I'm not bad at setting this up.
Just
Yes.
skip to the next one.
There we
Oh, wait, it's
go.
not working. Oh my.
Just
Capri! It went back to the Hayden.
Yeah, I know. Okay, yeah, alright. Now you got
it's
Sally.
going. Ah, Just Selly, behind. my favorite.
Sally's looking
Hi.
pretty good in this.
Hi, I'm
First to
Sally
reach
from
100,000
Easy.
messages.
I am the first to reach 100k messages on VTAL, and I will be at Worlds in 2016.
Yeah, alright, now we have Leo. He
Yeah.
successfully hole counted 2616J, and he has a 1550 SAT.
Nice.
Alright, now we have Noah from a
That's me.
60883D. He lives in Kentucky.
That's about it.
We got Eric
That's
from
about it.
Zero, only team in South Texas, confirmed can man. He's just a G. Alright, we've got
Nice.
me, the Simpkin.
Let's go.
Yeah, the only bad team in Florida. And I'm only here because of alright, so next we got Joseph. The
Joseph's
only
kind of
person to
cute.
play music on a Vex speaker in match. And the Maryland guy. Then we got Hanny from Redacted.
Who is not here?
Ooh, hey.
He's not here. What a guy.
And he's not
Can
here.
you
He's not
imagine?
here,
We
he's
do
not
not
here.
have
That's
Danny
just a
from
lie.
the
Alright,
That's just
we
not
got
true.
Boham from 4000.
I would like to say I lost finals again today.
That's nice to hear.
Poggers.
That's very
Let's
positive.
go.
We got Ben from 2616J.
Ooh.
Wait, it didn't update.
Oh, it didn't update.
Cap-
Oh crap.
World
He's the
No,
current
no,
world
no, no,
champion.
no,
He's the
Then
current
we have
world
Dom
champion.
from Ohio, Turning Point Excellence winner, Night Museum Excellence winner, and State.
Has
Division
doogied
Alright,
once.
that's it. Alright.
And
Hayden
division
again.
champion in 2020.
Alright.
Stream's over. Good job, guys.
Stream's over? Oh, that's nice to hear.
Wonderful.
That went well.
So
that one's
Sally,
alright, everyone.
Sally, why don't you take things from here and we'll lead us as we go into the game.
Yeah, so just do like a brief explanation.
All right, so changeup. Changeup is basically gateway without a wall. Anyhow, going into more detail, Capri, can you play the game review while I talk?
1 second.
Oh my god.
I need to add audio. I'm
Okay.
actually certified bad.
I
brain.
disagree, actually.
We don't need
What?
audio.
No, I
don't
don't
need
need
audio. Just
Oh, you don't
play
need
the
audio?
game.
Oh, okay.
Free
Okay. Oh god.
Vortex Cast has
All
absolutely
right.
nothing on it.
Okay, so changeup. You essentially have 9 goals around the field. You have 16 red and 16 blue balls. They're made of a hard plastic, so have fun with compression. The point of the game is to score their balls into the zones, and each ball is worth 1 point. And basically, if you cap one, which is having the third ball on top, you own the goal. And if you get a goal in a tic-tac-toe fashion, you get, I believe, 6 bonus points, if I'm correct.
Yeah, it's 6. It's 6.
And then the object of the game, obviously, is to score more points than your opponent. And you can, I believe, stack up on as many tic-tac-toe bonuses as you want, and that's basically change-up. It's a
Yeah.
game.
It's very original. You know, took no inspiration from other Vex games.
Definitely.
Something we've never seen before. That's what I've got to say.
No, he did say it's the third ball that captures it. It's actually just the top one.
Yeah, it's the top one.
Well, no, it's by the rules. It has to be fully
Oh,
the top has to be fully nested in, so it can only be the third ball.
Oh.
Was it really interesting?
Yes, by the
Wait,
rules.
for the row or just for the?
In order to claim a goal, it has to the top of it has to be like underneath the
Yeah, so it
the
has to be
circle on the
just
top.
the top
So
ball.
it's
yeah.
always the third ball.
The highest it can be is the third ball. It can be the first ball.
Yes.
First or second?
Okay.
All
Okay,
right.
I'd like to say this. I can't tell if this game is going to be really simple or really stupid because it's going to be one or the other. Because simple games usually aren't that stupid because it's much more driving based and driving is kind of fun. But also, if the meta's found out like immediately, then everyone's just going to have the same button. There's going to be like no changes because at least with Tower Takeover, there was like a second where people were like, "Okay, is our schlongs better?" And I
Yeah.
feel like with this, it's going to be just
It's gonna be very similar to Turning Point when there's a few different robots that can be very effective in
Yeah, you know,
scoring.
like Catbots and Turning Point, like early season, if you saw a good Catbot, people were like, "Yeah, okay." I mean,
yeah, no, like
Yeah.
in Turning Point, I was a catbot, and as long as you did your job well, like you could actually make work.
yeah. I mean, if you want to talk about like good Catbots, like let's say 1814D, Connor, you may is known by, like that was a pretty good Catbot. It was really quick. It was
I
really
don't think
easy.
you could say that Catbot was better than
Jesus.
Oh, you're on.
Right.
Oh my
Okay,
god, this man in the call.
Oh my god.
We are very sorry for that. That was tilted 240.
Wait, is Tilden on now?
The overlay broke with Hanny.
And he broke the overlay.
He broke.
Annie,
Nice
what are you
going,
doing?
Annie.
And he changed your name.
I don't really
Oh,
think
Haney,
that
you
you
just
could
left.
say.
Okay.
I don't think that you could say 1814D's Catbot was any better. I would say it's actually worse than like a 574C Catbot at the end of the year.
That was a previous.
The only advantage that Robot had was getting the top 2 caps, I would say, but like you could
It
very
took so
easily
long.
play
We're
defense
getting
on
a
it
tiny
too.
bit sidetracked right
So
now.
anyway,
Tiny
Vex
bit.
change.
So,
Turning Point
what are-
analysis.
what are our opinions of the game? I'll start. I think the game is very boring and easy, and I'll go and explain why. If anyone wants to argue with me on that.
I don't think
I wanna
anyone
hear
wants
it.
to
Yeah, I think
argue.
everyone's pretty much in agreement with that.
It's
It is not
okay. It's
difficult.
okay.
It is
I
easy.
feel as though if you have a game that just has one core functionality and absolutely nothing else, then it's just boring to play. Because after Auton on like the first 15 seconds of the match, you're just descoring and rescoring for the rest of the match.
Yeah, basically.
There's no
It could
secondary.
be worse.
This
It's
game is
gonna
gonna be
worse
very
sack
strategic.
attack.
You know,
It's just gonna be worse sack attack.
Yeah, basically, and it's sad.
I think they took all the fun stuff about toss up and gateway and made it into a game.
Yeah,
That's my.
I think it's going to be a really easy game to play, but it's going to be kind of fun, like towards the beginning of the season, and then by the end, it's just going to get really boring. All the same strategies, probably one form of
It's
bot.
going to be
maybe
very
two.
important.
Okay, can we talk about how retarded it is that Cube Roll is back, but with the balls?
yeah,
Well,
that's so
actually, no,
stupid.
they did put
No,
in a
it's
rule
not.
there that says if they accidentally roll over the autonomous line and it does not affect your opponents,
Oh, they should.
autonomous
Okay,
routine,
all right.
then it
okay.
does
Okay,
not
that's
count
good.
against.
It is fixed, and I'm very,
So,
very happy.
so
with
like,
that.
let's say it was the
Okay,
equivalent of this year, where like, say you had
That's
an
good,
Auton
that's
that went for like the big stack, and it went into the other big stack and like ruined another team's Auton. It's like the equivalent of that, I'm guessing.
Yeah, but instead of if a cube goes over the line at all, you are DQ'd. It's now if it goes over the line and somehow affects their autonomous.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I like that. That makes sense.
And
Which
But I
is
mean, it's
actually
still-
a way better rule.
speaking of
Yeah.
autonomous, there is one good thing that this year did bring. Winning autonomous,
Winning
besides from
point?
getting you a 6-point bonus, it gives you a win point for rankings.
No, it's not winning Auton. It's if you do.
Yeah,
is
if
it
you
a-
do the
if-
3 in
Yeah,
the
if
top.
you do
No,
three of the
it's
same
for winning
color in the
Auton
top
too.
one,
It's
it's
for
not.
winning
No,
Auton
No,
too.
Capri, you're wrong.
No, it's
No,
not for
it's-
winning.
it's-
only
it's
if
for the
you-
top
It's in the manual.
Capri, stop talking.
It's in
You're
the
wrong.
manual. It's in the manual.
You,
Capri,
you
you're-
just have to
you're
get
wrong.
it. You just have to. You just
You're
have to
literally
If,
wrong.
if you get the 3, if you get ownership of 3 goals in a row, you get a 1-point win point awarded.
It's
to you.
got to be in your home row though.
Yeah, it has to be in your home row.
If you
row,
get
and you have to
ownership
get
of your
three
home
in the
row in
top.
Auton, you get
It'd
a
be
win
interesting
point.
if the
Yes, but the nice thing about that is they ended up changing their format for how teams are ranked to make it way easier to understand. So, like, if you win the match, you get 2 points, and if you win Auton, you get 1. So your rank will be out of 3 points. So they'll take all the points you accumulated over the day and then divide it by the number of matches to give you your average win
Capri
points.
looking DM.
So
Oh,
there's
that's
no
kinda-
more
Isn't
Auton
it
points.
only if you get?
No, there's still
I thought
Auton points.
There's
like
still
normal.
Auton points as a tiebreaker.
You only get the additional 1 point if you complete the home row, though, right?
That's
It's not just
correct.
win
Only if you
autonomous.
complete the whole row. If you win
Alright.
autonomous, you get your normal autonomous bonus as a whatever you want. to
Just
call
like
it.
how it's been the past year. If you win autonomous, you get APs, and you get your autonomous
First
bonus in the
place.
match.
Yeah.
I think it'd be interesting if it wasn't just home row, because like I think adding the middle row would add a skill cap for Auton, or not a skill cap, but like raise
Capri, it's
how
T10.
much you could do.
It's T10. All right, thank you.
Yeah. So I think that's definitely a bigger advantage. It also makes it so if you lose one Auton, it doesn't kill you as much.
Okay, so on the topic of meta, like switching topic a little bit, do you guys think that with unlimited possession of your type of ball and 3 possession of the other type, something really nice is going to be if you have a schlong or something, picking up 3 of the other type of ball immediately and then just only doing yours, and then they just have 3 that they can't put in for the rest of the match?
So even like
Just
having
at
like
the
a
top of the tray.
a really big tray that like can hold like tons of them, so that you're able
Yeah.
to I
Yeah,
get it.
and you
No,
just suck up
that's
3 of...
Turning point. Or is this
No,
the
not
first
even...
I think
No, no, no.
possession rules are going to be changed.
Yeah.
Yeah, having unlimited
I don't,
possession.
I don't
seems
see an
very
unlimited
yeah.
possession of 6-inch balls lasting very long.
Yeah.
That takes away from the point of the game.
I think one of the most important things that you have to do, I would
All
say
right,
this
guys.
year is
I found it. Wait, never mind. Am I
Okay.
just dumb?
Thank you, Capri.
Oh,
Capri, it's autonomous win point. It's defined as autonomous win point.
I think the most important thing you have to do this year is have the ability to hoard the opponent team's 3 ball limit, or the 3 ball limit that you have of the opponent's team.
I agree.
That I think is one of the biggest things that you have to be able to do to be competitive this year.
Yes.
I don't think
Because
it's the most important
There's
thing, but I
only
think it's very important.
16. There's only 16 balls per side, right? You have to consider that, and it's going to be a back and forth game.
I feel as though it's going to be a differentiator between the top teams and the lower level teams.
Yeah.
Feel as though top teams are going to have dedicated mechanisms just for hoarding those 3 balls, because like you said, there's only 16 balls on the field. Getting 3 can basically win you the game in some situations.
Okay, do you think that there's any chance that people do like... Okay, so say someone goes for a schlong. In the back of their bot, do you think there's any chance that someone gears up their drivetrain to like a little roller that they can intake 3 of the opponent's balls with?
I think anything that combines driving with a ruler is a bad idea because you can't manually control that, right? So I don't know how that would play out.
Like they'll presumably work with a ratchet, and I feel like that's gonna very easily get a situation where you're going above your possession limit if you can't outtake physically.
I'm thinking the best way to avoid that is probably just to have a physical, like a mechanical limiter so you can't go past 3, like just a blocker or something. Well, oh yeah, then that gets into the issue of what's considered possession.
So if you go above the possession limit, are you going to get disabled?
I don't think so. I think you just have to. I think they're gonna do
It's
it kind
warning
of how they did it
where
in
they
Turning
yell at
Point,
you.
where you just can't use them to score points. Like you just have to drop one.
That's what the manual says. It says that like you have to stop everything and out.
Yeah, which makes sense.
You mean how it was supposed to be dealt with in Turning Point?
Yeah.
Salty.
All right. So now that we have general stuff out the way, can we talk about some general like optimal strategies for this game? I know one person wanted to bring up tic-tac-toe in general because basically ownership is played like that. So does anyone want to talk about that?
I just think being able to cycle quicker is going to be
Wait,
the big
guys.
advantage.
Cycling is
Are we going to discuss the tic-tac-toe strategy?
I think we need to. There's a great WikiHow article on tic-tac-toe.
Oh,
Yeah,
do we
we
need to
need
bring
to
that
Discusses
up?
some optimal strategies.
All
Please,
right, yeah,
would you
sure.
bring that
I'll
up?
bring that up. I'll bring that up.
It's
Yeah.
in the talking points document.
I love that
Alright,
we
cool.
actually have to look at tic-tac-toe strategies to beat
it's an
this game.
added game element.
All right, everyone. So
Guys.
you should be
I'm
able to
mostly
see.
being ironic, but there
optimal-
might actually be a valid strategy out of
No,
this.
I think it is actually a valid strategy to just play it like normal tic-tac-toe.
All right, so let's look at sample tic-tac-toe strategies.
I completely disagree with that, Noah.
All right, so these are the strategies you got.
I really just feel like this makes the like drive coach's job a bit harder just because they have to like figure out optimal ways to score
Okay.
where they should be scoring,
Well,
etc.
Yeah, it does. All right,
One
I
man
do
was
have to
just
say
kinda like-
something. I do
are
have
gonna
to say
hate
something.
themselves.
Joseph is right in the fact that one of these actually does help, blocking your opponent. So what do you guys think about like if someone's like, I mean this is obviously gonna happen anyway, but like say someone's about to capture their home row, right? You just like toss in a ball right at the end so they don't get the points.
With a ball flywheel.
Yeah, ball
Flywheel's
flywheel.
a terrible idea. Don't
We will
talk to
get
me.
to that
Okay,
later.
we will get to that
Get
later.
to that later.
So something I found out earlier is that all three have to be filled for it to count as captured. I think that's interesting because then it's really easy to descore and make the row not count. Because you just like knock one out. That takes 2 seconds.
Sure, because in the demonstration video in the Auton mode, there wasn't 3 stacked in there, I don't think.
Can someone check that?
Guys, I believe if you are trying to throw a 6.5-inch ball into a 7-inch tube, you are going to really struggle.
Yeah.
I don't
No,
think it's-
let them
it's- it's-
figure it out
Has
themselves.
experience.
It's less of a throw, more of just kind of a rolling in.
I think if you're trying to put them in from more than a foot away by throwing them at any sort of
No, I don't think
Traction.
I don't think anyone's arguing as to try and
People
throw
are.
them in
People
there.
are.
no, people are. They
No,
like
people
clean
are.
flywheels and stuff. And I'm like, if you're trying
Okay,
to
here's
throw
my-
a ball,
I do have to
My
share
biggest
that.
problem with flywheels, besides just
But
how
we-
you actually score points,
we
is
digress,
how are you
we
gonna hold more
digress.
than like 2 balls?
That is true.
We
are you
digress.
what?
Let's move
Gonna hold
on
more
to
than
a
two
different
More than,
top.
like 2 balls with a flywheel.
I was thinking less of a flywheel, more of just a roller kind of intake system that just cycles the balls through.
I mean, yeah, but at
Going
that
back
point you can't
to,
really call it a
the
launcher, just like
tic-tac-toe
a
aspect,
Okay, I would
fast
like to
intake.
confirm.
yeah, just fast intake.
I'd like to confirm a goal is owned if by an alliance if the colored ball is the vertically highest scored ball in that goal. That's the only definition of
I
own.
thought that was known.
Yeah.
Yeah, I also thought that was
someone
known.
said earlier.
Yeah.
So-
all 3.
So if you fill up your home row with only one each, and they're all your color, obviously, that's a
Yeah.
tic-tac-toe, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah.
as long as you get 7 of the 9 goals with your ball on top, and you have autonomous, then you're going to win the match. Like mathematically, there's no way the other team can come back to get you. So maintaining, having the ball owning the goal in, I think I forget how many different rows it is, but it's 7 balls. Then winning autonomous, and no matter what, you'll win the game.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, you have to think that autonomous bonus is worth the same amount as having an entire row. That
Auton
can
bonus
very
is 6
well.
points, right?
That can very well be
Yeah.
game deciding.
I mean, yeah, that was.
Yeah, those 6 points are
Power
going to be big
takeovers,
again.
Yeah.
Auton's going to be
Just
big.
saying, if the max score is 70, 6 points is kind of insane.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's
True.
just
Nerf.
6 guaranteed points that can't be swung anywhere.
Because you think, say you're in a match where like it was a good match, it was competitive. Say each one had claimed 4 rows, because I think it's 8 that is the max you can claim. If you had that Auton, that's deciding. You won that basically.
Yeah.
All right, now, has anyone seen or thought of some chokehold strategies for this game yet?
Wall bot,
Uh,
wall
the
bot,
choke-
wall bot,
wall
wall bot, wall
I
bot,
know
wall
everyone
bot.
Okay.
likes wall
Okay.
bot, but it doesn't have to.
So-
It doesn't necessarily be a wall bot.
All right, so
Okay.
eight motor drivetrain with a stick at the end that goes like 300 RPM that just goes and D-scores bottom balls.
You just ram into the towers and break them.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
That's literally all you do.
So
Definitely.
if you can prevent the opposing alliance from capping the any three diagonal, it's impossible for them to make a row like tic-tac-toe style. If you
Yeah.
picking up what I'm putting
Max,
down.
I would suggest changing your name.
By
Sorry
the
to
way,
get sidetracked.
Max is here now.
Yes. Say hi
Hey,
to Max,
guys.
guys.
Wait,
say hi to
which-
Max, otherwise currently known as
Hi,
Tilden
Max, guys.
5090X.
Tilden 59.
Dude, you're
Can we
really
keep
killing me with
adding
this
people?
overlay size.
Can
Yeah,
we
dude.
continue with the chokehold strategy conversation?
Yeah.
Yeah. So honestly, what do you guys think about the importance of the middle row? Like, I think the middle tower is going to be really big, and I think it plays well off the fact that there's no backing, so it's a lot more open as well.
If you don't get middle tower, you limit your amount of of the 6-point bonuses you can get
Yeah.
by a lot.
Back up.
I feel like
the
with
middle
middle
tower
spots,
I
gives
feel
you
the middle
so
tower is
many
probably going to be
more.
the most either contested in Auton or right after Auton.
Yeah.
no, yeah, I
It's
feel
probably
like
going to
middle
be the
tower is
most
going to be really
contested
big
after.
for like claw bots or just someone that you need to hold that. That'll be nice if you're like with not a bad team, but not someone who can really do all that much. Just having them hold middle tower is going to be big.
Well, no, even in general, because you just get the most amount of moves with middle tower owned by you.
All right,
Yeah, I
a
think
strategy that I
middle
wanted to
tower is
bring up.
definitely needed.
Absolutely. A strategy I wanted to bring up, and I wanted to hear what you guys had to say. How do you feel about cap bots? Like,
I think
Some
they're
kind
really
of
Ones
dumb.
that like cover
You
the
mean
top of the
2W?
goals.
If you're with the completely offensive robot, they're okay.
There's a reason that a cat bot hasn't won worlds like in a really long time, or a defensive strategy in general. Like the last defensive strategy that we saw excel was 62, and they had an extremely good offensive robot. And outside of that,
Pylons won worlds using better defense than 62 did.
I mean, yeah, but they were also an offensive robot mainly.
Yeah.
I think this is the year where you're going to see a lot of really good combination defense and offense robots.
Yeah. Okay. I don't know if like last year, I would say defense robots were really nice early season, but once they started messing with defense rules, they just tanked. I wonder if they're going to do something similar this year because defense rules right now seem really open, which I like. But do you think they're going to change? Like,
I don't see how they would, just to the limited amount of scoring that there is in such an open field, and there being no protected zones, no really protection rules at all. I don't see how they would mess with defense.
I don't think they
Yeah.
can. I mean,
Yeah.
this
I hope
I use
not.
the term swing lightly, but this is kind of a swing game. Defense is
No, this is more of a swing
offense
game than
dependent.
almost any other game they've ever
Mhm.
played.
Yeah.
yeah, that's facts.
Most of the match is gonna be just descoring, like a meaningful
If
amount
a-
of it.
If a tower is full, then you only have to block the bottom of it, and then it can't be descored because you're not allowed to descore from top.
That's true, actually. Okay, so do you think a meta will arise where someone has like, what team was it? It was like 224X where they had a wall bot, or they had a wall in the back of their bot that deployed. Do you think someone could do something like that, like when they fill up 2 towers or something, and
I
they
don't
have
really
the
think-
color that they want?
I
don't think
absolutely
any
think
sort
that.
of I don't think any sort of defensive strategy will be prevalent. Just because the problem is there's still the autonomous line, which could completely wrecks all wall bots.
I think a 6-motor drive is going to be pretty good this year.
6
Yeah.
motor is going to be nice, but
I've
It-
heard a lot of people talking about.
it depends on how defensively you're going to play, I guess.
Yes.
I mean, that's what I'm building.
lot of people-
I'm already building a 6-motor drive right now, and I don't plan on expanding outside of 18.
I'm building an
Interesting
X drive
call.
right now. I think X drive is going to be really nice for Auton, especially with how big Auton is for win points now.
You'll get destroyed by any defense.
Just outrun the defense.
I think one of the most
Alright.
Outrun the
important parts
defense.
of driving this year, though, is having the ability to drive backwards really smoothly. Because in the end, this is a swing game, but at the same time, you have to be able to drive very smoothly and have nice arcs and turns.
Yeah, I feel as though
Rather than
this game,
stop
just
your
because there's
movements.
a low ceiling for being good, it's more of a driver skills game.
Which I like,
It's-
honestly.
It's a high driver skills game, and I feel like if you don't have an X drive, you just limit your mobility so much that it's way
Well,
worse.
I don't
think
know
you
so
limit, I
much,
don't think
well.
you limit it so much. It's just that it's
You limit it a lot.
not
If-
a lot.
No,
I
because
feel
You
like-
can just do S curves when you're driving.
No, because think about it. Even with an H drive, you are. I'd say maybe the best of both worlds would be an H drive. Like,
Please don't say H drive.
No, please no.
no, the best of both worlds. Like, if you don't want to
Okay.
commit to
No.
I think the better is just either X. No. Listen, listen.
H drive, super underrated, super slept on.
Look,
See, every
H
single
drive
year we
We've
talk
actually
about
done
the different drive
extensive
options to
research
do,
on
but
H
every
drive.
single year tank drive reigns supreme.
No, because in programming skills, having the ability to go sideways quickly and efficiently is a huge advantage.
What
Yeah,
are
like,
it is.
what is everyone's thoughts on using mechnums this year? By the way,
No.
Oh,
I
think
Mechanums
mechanums
might
are
be
so
okay.
chunky though. Like
I think
Mechanums are bad.
I think 7K kind of proved that mechanics can.
Meat can.
they
They're
can be
viable,
used,
but
but
they're not
this
good.
year,
And I
speed-
think in this
Mechanic
year,
wheels
it's,
can
there's
be
no
good.
reason you can't.
There are better ways to accomplish the same things mechanisms. Like
Yeah,
Yeah,
there
I
are
think
better
we all
ways to
agree
go
that what
sideways.
Pylons did drive-wise was better than what 7K did.
especially
drive-wise.
this year with like, because it's not only about going sideways and such. It's also about like just moving in all degrees of freedom. Because like the
Yeah.
defense is gonna be insane.
movement's
Like,
gonna be really
yeah.
important.
Okay, I'm not okay. That's just not exactly really true because if you have an H drive, you can move in any direction.
H drive's good too, but you just need to add an extra motor to it. That's the reason.
I'd rather
why,
not.
yeah.
It's an extra motor for the same movement though.
Exactly.
Like,
I mean,
That's
yeah,
the
it's
point.
not worth it.
and your strafing is gonna be slower on an H drive.
Mm-hmm.
Also, RPM is faster on an X drive by nature without even gearing it up, which is nice.
Yeah.
All right,
Like
okay,
40%
guys.
faster.
So I think we kind of already started going into this, but let's talk about like general designs for robots and if you can, motor distributions.
So can I play the 44 toss-up robot? Because that's basically what everyone's gonna do.
I
think
had
that
a
is-
different opinion.
Yeah,
I have a
don't think
different
that's
All right,
a
let me
good
hear
strategy.
this. Okay.
Okay. Capri, go and make your point for that. I'll make my point for a
Okay.
different team afterwards.
All right. I mean that was just an example of one, but yeah, I mean it's just any.
Okay, well then I'll go then.
Yeah.
I think 599D from Gateway.
Hmm.
I don't think using other
Oh, no,
designs
I think I'm
is
getting the
gonna
wrong
work this
team.
year.
I'll send the link.
Previous
Okay.
thoughts I don't think are gonna work.
in my opinion, looking at the motor layouts this year, and if you really do want to hoard, the towers are 18 inches long. So, and we discussed this earlier, but there's no point in having a lift, in my opinion, in this year
Really.
for high school.
Well,
What do
you're
you
just
mean by
wrong. You're
lift?
just
I don't
wrong.
think more
You're
than one.
incorrect.
is-
You're wrong.
I agree with you.
Yeah,
I don't think there's any need to
because-
go.
Doesn't
There's
make-
Why?
no need. There's
You're
no need for a
wasting
lift.
one motor and you're lifting up and down for almost no reason whatsoever because the towers aren't that big.
Okay, so
Are you
I
if-
don't think the
Ramrod
GDC
somehow?
designs an 18-inch tall tube without no reason. I think they don't really want teams using lifts so much.
Yeah,
That's
I mean,
Every
interesting
single
if you wanna-
robot in the reveal is using a lift.
That is
Yeah.
true, but they're
Of course, because they gotta sell their Clawbot
They're
kits.
Clawbots. Okay, I'd like to
Most
hear.
of the-
Okay, if you weren't using a lift, what would be like a
So
the
design that you
max
think
is
of?
18 inches. All you need to do is move the object from the ground all the way up to the top of your robot and just have it drop
So
out.
okay,
guys.
have you
yeah,
seen?
but then you limit severely how many
Have you
objects can
seen
hold at
118? I can't remember if it
That's-
was their
that's true.
2018 or 2019 every bot. Like it basically fed from the back and it just went up a ramp and went into the goal. So you're saying
Yeah.
something
That's really
similar
hard
to
for
that?
cycling.
The
Yeah,
only
it's
time
bad.
the only time I would see a good use of a lift is for a Vexu 15-inch bot. Because there's no way you're gonna probably not gonna reach the top tower efficiently.
I
with
mean,
that.
you could still just
24-inch bots are
expand.
broken.
You could expand once and have the same thing.
True. Oh my god, that video of the
Oh, is this the one where he
playground
shakes it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
This
so
is my
stupid that you can do
opinion
that
on
in
like
Auton.
an ideal robot for this game. Because I'm kind of the opinion that just having a lift makes everything easier and faster.
It does, and it
I
also
completely
Makes it
agree with
slower.
that, Sally.
No, I think lifts are definitely going to
Okay,
be
but
important in this
in
game.
my I think because then if
I'd
you
rather
don't have a
not
lift,
have to go make a whole like silo for all balls and like have a gigantic intake system that goes to the top of the
Yeah.
robot just to barely reach 18.
And then along with that,
Guys,
you'd
what
also
they-
the one motor that you wouldn't put towards the lift, you need to put towards some sort of indexer. So, or am I just dumb?
Indexer.
I mean, yeah, I just don't think you're really thinking about it. When
Maybe
the
I'm
goal
not.
is 18 inches tall and you can have a robot that's 18 inches tall, why would you lift above 18 inches?
Yeah, I
You
don't
could
see any
make-
point to it.
You can make some sort of conveyor belt that's just super fast, and it'll be able to lift the balls faster than if you could lift your lift up.
Yeah, but again, that makes it harder to hoard and drop. Like,
No, it doesn't.
yes, it
You
does.
can't. The only reason you'd have a lift is if you wanted to D-score from the top, but there's a rule preventing D-scoring from the top. So therefore, it
Then
doesn't.
how are you going to keep more than? How are you going to hoard your opponent's 3 balls with net?
I mean,
Hoarding-
I was already
hoarding-
looking at it
hoarding
today.
isn't
It's totally
really-
possible.
Well,
I don't
are you
think-
gonna expand.
No,
No lift?
hoarding doesn't really fit the game.
No, you want to hoard the 3 opponent balls. For
You want to
sure.
hoard the
Have them-
3
Absolutely.
balls.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
you're also
like-
but you also have to free up a space for 3 6-inch in diameter.
That wouldn't be
6-inch
that
balls.
bad with a lift,
Yeah.
though, because you could put it
No,
under
it's
the
not that
lift.
bad even with not a lift. I already measured it, guys. It's not that bad.
I don't know. From just going on motor distribution, I feel as though you could definitely just fit a lift, and it just makes everything easier and faster.
But it's slower. It's
But
on
you're
the
not-
same
I
page.
wouldn't say it's slow.
I feel like
would
it's
not
not
say
at
it's
least
slower.
a lot one
It's
more
not
Because
slower.
the time
You
it
have
takes the
to-
ball to go from the ground to the top of your intake system is probably like
Half. It's literally
You
you
have
can
a-
run
no,
just
if you
a
have a
600
fast
RPM intake.
If you have a fast lift, you can easily beat the speed of someone who has to constantly cycle through balls by just intaking a bunch of balls and then dropping them off tower by
You
tower.
Okay,
never
wait.
need to intake more than 3 balls.
That's not true.
Yeah, because
I
what
don't
if
think intaking over 3 balls is that effective.
okay,
You're
I'd like
trying
to
to
make a
make
point
growth.
against that because if you
I'd
have a higher
very much like to make a
capacity,
point against
you
that.
can hold 3. The max position of the other team's balls is 3. You could hold that and still be able to play. You're literally doing 2 things you're knocking 2 birds with 1 stone because you can
Yeah.
still play defense and offense with that extra space you have for more balls that you can play yourself with your opponent or with your alliance colors balls, and you can still hold 3 balls from the opposite team.
Yeah, but I don't think having 3 of your balls is necessarily that efficient, especially if you don't have to lift up and down.
Okay, wait,
yeah,
Tilden.
running-
You
Speaking
can
of
totally
lifting
make an argument
up,
that you don't need to hold more than 3 of your own balls.
that
you
is yeah.
definitely want to be denying your opponents those 3.
Yeah, you want to be holding 3 of your opponent's balls, but
Yes.
holding more than 3 of your balls is not that.
Okay, Tilden. I
Yeah,
need to
but
ask.
how
Wait,
do you
okay.
plan to hold 3 of your opponent's balls without a lift? Like,
Wait, I just need to
There's
ask really
room
quickly.
in a
Tilden.
regular robot to hold
Tilden,
3
send Lee-
extra.
Okay, Tilden. Can you see the stream?
Yes, I can see the
Okay,
stream. It's
look.
fairly
Are you
pausing
talking about a
everyday
design
bot.
similar to this? Like
I
where
mean-
it like goes up a ramp. One sec. I don't even.
I mean, yeah,
part.
something like that, except for better.
Something like that, just not bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, obviously, but like, so just you intake at the back and then you go up a ramp.
I also
Basically.
think a bot that doesn't expand will just absolutely tear up skills compared to a lift bot.
I agree.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're saving time without a deploy.
But no. Okay. Here's the thing.
No.
Okay,
I
but then
very much disagree.
would your
Okay,
intake
skills
speed?
driver probably, but skills Auton, I feel like a lift will allow you to be a lot better.
Why do you think that?
That doesn't make,
skills-
that
you
doesn't
cycle.
make sense. That
No,
argument
okay,
doesn't
I just
make
feel like
sense.
skills
I don't feel-
Auton.
I don't
feel like
there's
skills
a
Auton.
difference.
I don't know why, but I feel like with skills Auton, the ability to lift up and have multiple balls at one time gets rid of error of having to drop and lift and drop and lift and then take more balls.
Guys,
Not if you're consistent.
if you're running an X drive and you're running a intake, like a top roller intake that just speeds the balls up like this 118 everyday bot does, you should be able to, while going to, you should be able to pick up 3, score into 3 towers, or score all 3 in 1 tower, whatever. And then while you're going to the next tower, pick up 3 more balls super effectively.
Okay, I do see that.
That's true. But
I think, yeah, just not having a lift is probably going to be really OP for.
I don't
Yeah.
think a lift gives you any benefit. It just makes you have another complex piece of your robot. And honestly, a lift is going to take up more room than just an intake would.
What are you doing
yeah,
with
but
this motor?
how are you supposed to conveyor belt it up, making sure it stays in place? Because are you talking no expansion at all? Because even though the towers are 18 high, so you're talking like a conveyor basically touches the 18 limit mark height wise.
You need
it
minimum
would
of
be
any sort of
about
expansion.
exactly
It would be like a
18
little
high.
flap that comes up at the top.
Then again, if you had
Literally
a
just a little hood that just pops out.
Yeah, but yeah, I could see that, like a pop-up hood.
Yeah, kind of like what the 118.
I think that would work.
What's the FRC flywheel bot that has the hood and the roulette thing?
118.
Yeah, play that.
Yeah,
That's not
Do you really
really.
say
I don't think
118?
that. I don't think that applies this year.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
with
I
that
don't think
reply.
so either.
Honestly, all you need is like
Okay,
a flat rubber band.
I
you
do
keep
want to
flexing
talk
that
about a
pops up.
design that was in my okay, it's very stupid because of Vex motor powers, but it is something to talk about. Do you guys know 254's 2019 robot, their deep space robot?
Yeah.
Well, yes, I
one
do
with the
know that.
turret.
Yes, the one with the turret. Okay.
Turrets are
Considering you
weak.
can have a one motor, yeah, turrets are super weak in Vex, but considering you have a one motor, if you have a one motor lift or just no lift at all, you'd have one or two extra motors to spare. Do
Yeah.
you think that having that go
Would it just make
to
more
a
sense to
turret?
use those motors for either a faster drive or faster intakes?
Yeah, I agree.
Or
Yeah,
like
I know. It was a really dumb
or
idea.
like other functions that people figure out throughout the game. Like,
Yeah, I'm sure there'll be little knick-knack things like how this year there was the Q block or like
mini tray.
mini
Yeah.
tray stuff like that you'll be able to possibly spend motors on.
Yeah, as well.
And eventually you'll just add those things.
And then also, I think like the early season bots, like especially the claw bots, had like cording arms that would like flip out from the side. And they would like pick up cubes. I think I have an example of one. Oh crap, where is it?
Honestly, saving that space for a fast drive is kind of important because I guess I've been seeing this a lot with V5. Having a fast drive, in my opinion, with V5 is better than having more pushing power.
I agree completely.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Oh yeah.
That's why
yeah.
That's why you run a 6-motor drive. That's
a big reason why I'm doing extra.
Okay, if you see the
But
arm,
at the same time, you don't always need 6 motors to make a fast drive. Like last year, I ran.
No,
a
I'm not.
3
I'm
to
talking
5
about for
No, no, no.
defensive purposes.
Yeah. But like last year, I ran a Ford motor 3 to 5 600 RPM drive, and for an 18-pound robot, that thing fared pretty well. Like it didn't burn out during matches, but maybe like 4 or 5 minutes into hardcore practicing, it would burn out. But still,
What
Yeah,
RPM?
the V5 motors aren't the most like reliable, but they're pretty resilient in how much they can take before they start to be overheated.
okay, wait. Do you see like this arm on the side of the robot?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Basically,
Yeah,
it would
right,
just like
right.
flip down. It was not a very good thing to have by any means. Plus, this wasn't even we all saw the meta turn to tray bots anyway. But like people said, if you had sticks on the side of your robot, that would be able to descore.
Oh, like
bottoms really
drive by
quickly.
passive descore?
Yeah, basically. You could obviously do
Yeah,
it
that's
passively,
what
but
we
then
were
it would also be
considering.
very hard to get it back up.
Yeah.
Why
Being in-
would you need to get it back up?
you can't
Because
get
it
in
would
the
be
corner if
then
it's,
that's where
like-
maneuverability comes in, where it's like
Yeah,
then
yeah,
you
yeah,
have
that's
another
what-
like
I mean, yeah. if
what
it's
like
sticking to the side,
section
you
sticks
can-
sticking out of your robot.
That's why I want pneumatics to not have. Such
Oh
big-
yeah, speaking okay, there was like a rule that said something where like you can have 8 motors and pneumatic tubing, but no pneumatic mechanisms. Like, what are you
Bro,
gonna use
Been a rule
pneumatic
for a
tubing
long
for?
time.
That's been a
Yeah.
rule forever. Oh, then why did I just notice it? Okay, yeah, I'm dumb. I'm gonna stop speaking now.
Okay,
Thank you.
for anyone that's thinking of using pneumatics instead of 2 motors, could you
Don't.
justify why you would want to use pneumatics over 2 motors?
Because
Don't.
I have a severe mental disability.
Unfortunate.
Well, now that makes
There are
sense, Aiden.
definitely reasons to use pneumatics. It's just going to be really hard to convince someone that it's better than 2 motors.
No, yeah.
Like if you have a
pneumatics are
4-motor
hard to
drive,
justify
Especially
2-motor
since there's,
intake,
like,
and like a
barely
pneumatic
anything
6
to-
bar or something like that, right?
If
That
you
might not
got-
be that bad.
Like looking at
Well,
the
look, man,
theoretical
I have
design,
worked
I'll
with
tell you,
Tilden
pneumatic
was
6 bar, we'll be doing that by June. Like, we'll be
looking at like the
the cameras
theoretical
go down,
design
but
Tilden was
we'll be
putting
doing
on,
that
you
by
could
June.
probably like use pneumatics for like gates to like say one side hoards the opponent's balls, one side is for yours, or doing something like that. Pneumatics
But-
can be effective,
okay.
depends on your design.
But why would you use pneumatics over a motor? In
Because
that-
it's
Yeah, like
Easy.
ever.
it's basic, barely any movement, and you can use pneumatics for other stuff.
I would also like to say, and it just occurred to me that in all these new product reveals, we still don't have a 3-wire extender.
Let's go.
Or a 3-wire
That LiDAR sensor,
additional
but not the
ports.
3-wire extender.
Yep,
I mean,
so I
do
really
vote
don't
on
think
Frenzy
pneumatics
robot.
is viable.
96.
Additionally, for that reason, that you are so limited on 3-wire ports, and that's going to take up even more.
They did
I
show
agree.
rotation
Vex,
sensor
okay,
in
Vex
the
doesn't.
AI
Vex
reveal,
just doesn't
so
want to
maybe
promote
they'll-
3-wire anymore. Everything, all the new sensors, you know, especially with everything they're giving us this year,
I'm almost. I don't even know if 3 wires are going to be that useful for much
Well,
longer.
I think
Talking
radiation
about
sensors
3-wire
would be a big
sensors,
one.
what sensors do you guys think will be important
What?
this
Well, I
Or
year?
think
just maybe
Other
like just like
than
tracking
same.
wheels and line
well,
sensors.
ODOM. So
The
it
same.
I
could
mean,
be
vision
quad
sensor?
encoder, obviously.
The same
Quad
thing
encoder,
every year.
obviously. Color sensor, I think, or color or
No,
vision
not
sensors,
color
I think, are going to be
Just
garbage. I
using
don't think anyone's going to care.
encoder. Just use the encoders everyone uses every year. Nothing.
Yeah,
really
just quad
changing.
encoders.
We're getting new encoders.
Yeah, we're getting
Quad-
rotation
We are?
sensors. for
Yes.
V5.
Are we
From
actually? Oh, okay.
They're in the
the
AI.
Vex AI or whatever it is.
I
It
thought we weren't allowed
shows.
to use those. Though.
When?
I feel like the encoders are
rotation-
separate. They're using.
Yeah.
I heard this from someone else that the encoders they were developing are like absolute, so they give you degrees, but it's an absolute position. It's a cross between a pot and an encoder. So that ought to be interesting.
Okay, do you guys want to talk about AI at all? Because honestly, it seems really cool. Just doesn't have anything to do with us.
It's
Yeah.
cool.
AI
but I think
sensors
it's-
aren't.
I think
You
it's too
need
hard for
tape
high
to use
school,
any of
honestly.
those sensors.
I think AI is
With
going to be
high
good
school,
for
you're
Vexy
getting,
teams
like-
that have maybe a slightly less of a budget.
Yeah.
I think you need more of a budget for the AI.
Yeah, you
The
probably need-
GPS thing
yeah.
was kind of high.
AI is only one bot,
You
though,
don't.
right?
Yeah.
The GPS is just killing everyone who spent all their time in Alton or
Oh
Odon.
yeah.
Now I would like to
The
say
GPS
one.
No, that's
GPS
not
is only
true.
for AI.
I'd like to
Right?
say one thing.
GPS
if
is
Vex-
only useful in Vex AI competition because you need the tape around the field perimeter for attacks.
Yeah, you're correct.
Yeah.
I would say if Vex AI is meant to be like a competition similar to like Vex U for aimed at college students, then basically giving them ODOM isn't the move in my opinion,
Yeah, I agree.
especially for college students.
Where
I
they,
agree.
yeah,
Well,
they
it's
could
high
just use it.
school
for
and
It seems
free.
kind of
college.
cheap.
It's high school and college though.
Like,
I
hey, you
don't-
guys know
Sure,
about
but-
5225? Yeah.
But also, how good will odometry be? You know, because this isn't just like scoring and stuff. It's having to de-score, and the robot has to be able to make decisions, and do its own thing. It's
I
not
mean,
just,
Odometry
like-
is always.
Considering
oh, are you
balls can
talking
all,
about-
yeah,
like
Okay, odometry is always going to be useful. What do you mean?
yeah.
no, but like just using tracking wheel based odometry.
Well, yeah. I mean, tracking
That's
wheel-based
still
odometry is
useful.
good.
You need
yeah.
to know where you are in the field.
As long as it's odometry, I mean, yeah.
Yeah, I think the
Especially
GPS will be
considering
much better at
this
that.
year, since balls can like get in your way and can throw off your program really easily, odometry is definitely going to be a bit more useful, especially in
Yeah,
skills or stuff.
I'm talking for AI. I think the GPS will be much more useful.
Well, I mean, it's AI.
Yeah,
That's what you're supposed to use in it. I mean,
I think
Yeah.
ODOM. I'm kind of glad they didn't end up giving us the new sensors, and this is why, because
It would make everything
without-
it would just make
with
everything
how
fatal.
they
yeah.
with how they said the sensors would work, there's no setup. Basically, it's super easy, super simple, and it allows every like mediocre team to automatically get exact position tracking compared to the teams that really excel at programming.
Yeah, I agree.
Having ODOM and using that to win, it
teams
just
that would
makes
be-
everyone the same playing field or programming wise, more or less, like very much closer. And then it's
Yeah.
more about building and driving, which I don't think they want.
Yeah, basically the teams that normally would be using time code would be like, oh yeah, let me just drop like $200 on this sensor. Now I have like working autons every time. They learn not
Time-based code.
it
No, I've got
kind
to
of-
say,
it
I have-
kind of defeats the purpose of learning in Vex if you can just say, hey, let me just get every correct values every time.
Es-
It would be like if
Especially
Vex legalized
considering-
someone else building your bot if you paid them the right amount of money,
And
except for programming.
as well, you have to remember
I
that
think
I'm
that's
pretty
legal.
sure that would be able to be done in block code too, which just
I think it
shows you.
is, yeah.
Yeah, it can be. You're basically making ODOM with block code.
Yeah,
Block
I mean,
code odometry.
That's cursed software.
Yeah, exactly.
But like,
Uh,
what even is the point though? Like, it's cool and all,
Well,
but
for
like,
AI, yeah.
what,
It's
like,
just simpler to make it's just for money. I mean, when it comes down to it, but
Well,
it's just simpler
I
odometry.
don't think
I
it's
don't
just for
think
money.
it's just
I
for
think this
money.
Vex AI, like if anyone here doesn't know, Vex AI is a new competition Vex is rolling out that is autonomous only. And while I don't really feel like they should have just given everyone ODOM for free, well, for money, that is.
$200.
It is kind of a good foundation that they're going to have to be competitive in this AI.
I also
Well, yeah, I
think,
think-
that when you look at what actual job markets are going to be, everything's going to be artificial intelligence in the robotics field, and I think the fact that Vex is kind of dipping its toe into more of a fully autonomous robotics program is cool.
Yeah, I think the
I am actually
GPS is
really
just-
interested to see how high level AI is going to play out. That seems really interesting.
Yeah.
Like,
Especially with full
Are-
use of 3D
are there
printed
comps?
parts.
Like, are they
Yeah,
gonna
yeah.
have comps for AI?
I hope
Yeah,
so.
yeah.
Local comps.
The
Yeah, I
question
mean-
is, would any of us here consider
No.
competing in AI as
No.
opposed
No.
to VRC?
No.
Absolutely
No, I'd
not.
rather
No.
compete
I like
in
driving
VRC.
too much.
Yeah, yeah.
I'd
Speaking
rather
of
do it
Vex
than
U
AI.
Chief,
The thing is, it's Vex U, which is like harder to build than VRC, and then you have to add AI on top of that, and it's just like a huge learning spike over
And
VRC.
as well, like you say, I mean, a lot of part of the competition part of this, like you get to be able to drive yourself and beat other humans. I mean, yeah, of course, out coding other people was like just as competitive in a way, but it's just in a way it doesn't feel the same.
Is this something we're gonna have to watch at Worlds?
Really good to put your robot
I
in
think so.
to drive it. And I think
Okay, I feel like watching that at Worlds, like, not if you're forced to, because obviously being forced to
It's
is lame,
pretty
but I feel like
under-
just
I think
stopping
it's
by
gonna be
would be kind of
underwhelming.
cool.
Yeah, it would. It's the same
I
thing
don't
with
know.
that new drone competition they rolled out.
I
don't
mean,
know how
yeah,
many
it's
competitions there are.
underwhelming, I guess, but it's cool when I guess it'd be more exciting to me if they put more emphasis on how autonomous it was. Like, if they showed views from the robots on screen somehow live, that'd be cool.
That would be
Yeah,
incredible.
that would be
Yeah,
cool.
that would be great.
That would make it way more exciting.
more people.
Well,
Because I feel like it's gonna have to connect to the to the competition anyway, like all the sensors. So I don't see why they wouldn't be able to stream with the
Well, they have
with
the
sensors
sensor
too.
fusion thing, so they might be
Yeah,
able
they
to.
do have the link.
Well-
They were showing
well,
that they could
They
The
wouldn't
link
have
is
a
interesting.
Regarding
Oh,
the
yeah.
skills layout, how
two
many red balls
radios.
are on the field?
16.
16, yeah.
No.
It's only
There's
16.
Yeah, I
16?
think
Or you said
that's
there's
it.
15
15, 15 on the field, then
Now.
preload.
Are we done with Vex AI here? We want to move on to
Yeah,
skills?
I think we can move on to skills.
I'm pretty
Alright.
sure it's 14.
I
on the
only
field.
see 14 on the
It's
field.
14 on the
preload.
field, one
What?
preload.
Wait, it's not 16?
it's 14 on the field and one
It's only
preload.
15? What?
Yeah.
Wait.
Yeah,
Because the other
Oh,
preload
that's
is for your
weird.
opponent. Your other preload
Yeah,
is
you
for your
lose the
Yeah.
other preload.
Weird.
Yeah.
Like it's not
So
bad,
I
though.
think
So,
we can
okay.
all agree here. Why is skills so easy?
Yeah.
Skills
Yeah,
is so
skills
easy
is
because
so
they're all
easy.
so close to each other.
Yeah.
I'm betting it's
Yeah.
gonna max out in like December,
guarantee.
January.
I,
Yeah,
just-
it's gonna
I
match
out
I
late
would
November.
not say
That's my bet
December,
right now.
January. I would
It's
say
definitely
August.
gonna max out sometime
Okay, well,
soon.
people are gonna get really high
I'd say
scores.
August.
I'll give it to
Prague.
November.
Prague skills.
I
is
say
gonna be a big
August.
thing.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
saying
say-
skills is maxing out in
No.
November.
Oh, I see driver
No.
skills. Driver skills is
Prague-
max.
Yeah, you're not gonna max out Auton in November. There's no
No,
way. You still
I
have
see-
enough.
Oh, yeah,
Oh,
but
I say
uh,
driver skills in August.
I think this is gonna be
You know,
kind of like
I
turning
wonder,
point where
is
like
this-
Driver skills is not going to be maxed in August.
Do you
That's
think this
I
game
would
is
bet. I would
intentionally
put $5
easy?
on
November.
it. I would put $5 on August.
depending how quickly you get your bot done, if you just practice a really high scoring route. then
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean,
This is
Making
going
a
to follow a
bot
Especially
similar
considering
pattern
how many
of
clowns are
based
going to
on
keep their
skills,
Tower
in my
Takeover
opinion.
Worlds chassis and just slap a lift on that. I mean,
That's
I
just
wouldn't be
the-
surprised.
That's going to be one of the problems with, or that's just one of the problems with lower
Is Max
field
fi-
element
is
games
Max
in general.
54?
Skills is just always going to be kind of worse.
Yeah.
Do you
Like,
think
back
what they're
power-
trying to
Turning
do
Point-
here? Do you think
Turning
what they're
point
trying
skills
to?
got taken over pretty early.
Yeah.
I think what they're trying to do here is make it easy, so the only way to differentiate between good and bad teams
Is
is
Prague.
Prague.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
It makes more sense from that lens.
Especially considering they did sink in a lot more into autonomous this year. I mean, talking about that autonomous win point
AI.
and
Yeah, and
AI too.
In Excellence, they took a lot more into account like how you did programming skills, not just driver skills.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think they're just trying to promote Vex AI. Say like make Auton super important this year, and then people are like, "Oh wow, I actually do know how to make Auton. I might as well just do Vex AI."
Yeah.
Oh, that's kind of big brain.
Well, I mean,
More
yes
money
and
for
no,
Vex.
because
That's
there's
definitely
a
conspiracy.
big.
but,
There's a
like,
giant difference between Auton and VRC, and then Auton and Vex AI.
Can we
Yeah.
talk about how the balls are plastic and not foam?
That's a good.
Hmm,
that's
yeah.
a good call.
intakes are going to be a bit
not
annoying to
phones.
make.
Intakes are going to be more annoying, but they're also going to be more resilient, so that's nice.
Well, I
don't really
mean, we
think that
did just
also
have
sucks.
we did just deal with hard plastic objects this year, so
Yeah.
Yeah, and it
Yeah,
was.
Yeah,
Yeah,
wasn't
like
that
remember.
Also,
I'm just saying. One of the big. Sorry, you go.
go ahead. Go ahead.
I was gonna say the main differentiator between a lot of robots was just intake speed because a lot of people just had bad intakes.
mhm.
yeah.
I mean, are we talking about the top echelons of teams? Like,
We're just Tilden. We're talking about in general. 'Cause
okay, well, I mean,
if we're talking about
general Vex kind of is boring, honestly.
yeah.
bro.
I mean, it
I mean,
depends
like-
on what you consider
What are you trying
general.
to say, Tilden?
Are you considering general like anyone under top 50? in
General
skills?
above average, above average.
I mean,
That
a
is
team
one-
that does like 2 8 stacks in a match. last
Oh,
year.
okay.
Oh, okay.
I mean,
Like,
yeah,
that's
that's
not
boring.
super. That's not super interesting to watch.
Yeah, that's just boring.
Well, I think that's
I
like
think
an
we can all
average
agree.
team.
No, I feel like an average team is worse than that.
Okay.
Yeah, it's well above average.
An average team is like someone who scores
If you
like
want to say the statistical average, it's definitely going to be way lower than 2 8 stacks in a
Average
match.
above average.
It's probably like
the
80th
average of the
percentile
people
in
that are
eVRC.
invested and really care about Vex. There are a lot of
Yeah,
people that
yeah.
don't care.
Yeah, that's fair.
that is yeah.
So
Okay.
What is the
How many people in this call so far have started either catting or building a bot?
I have.
I've started
I have half
thinking
of the
about-
drive.
I started-
I've already finished my
I
work.
started
Wait,
catting.
let me rephrase that.
Yes.
How many people haven't?
I technically haven't done anything yet.
Okay.
You're throwing.
Dominic's
I'm-
been sleeping
okay,
since the game.
I'm
Yeah,
not-
true.
He's
I
just been
was
sleeping.
sleeping.
I'm not with my robot, but I have made schematics.
I got an X drive
I've been-
like
yeah.
3/4 of the way done.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Children's finished 2 robots.
So wait, so was like
Only
was
2? He's
okay?
on
Was
the
it not
second
just me?
prototype,
Like when
bro.
I saw the game review, I was like, okay, so I'm gonna build an X drive now.
No,
that's
yeah,
what I
felt the
started
same way.
doing.
I felt
Yeah.
the same way.
I would say that, but my 8-wheel drivetrain is halfway done.
What I'll say about X drive is
8-wheel.
like, most people who use this Okapi crap are gonna have
Yeah.
problems with X drives. Like if you're bad and you're using
That
X drives, you're
is
gonna have a
true.
bad time.
You think I'm joking about the 8-wheel
every
drivetrain?
trash
Well,
team
not
is
really,
saying,
because
I want an
if
X
you
drive.
have
But
tracking
it's
wheels,
a lot more than that. I'll just say.
Okay, I don't like OK API. I much prefer having my own. Like OK API, I just don't vibe
Yeah, we
with
don't
it.
like OK.
It's
either,
Okapi.
but I mean,
it's okay. Yeah, it's okay. It's
Yeah.
Okapi,
You know what I'm
Okapi,
saying?
however you want to say
Okay.
it.
Say
you-
okay,
when you
API.
take into consideration an X drive, it's a lot. There's a lot more there, right?
Yeah.
So it's and tank does have its benefits. You have to consider.
Okay, well, may I ask, because I'm like really bad with all this code stuff. Why would an X drive have issues with Okapi?
The software, dude. It's not like once like we tried working with the Okapi X drive stuff. And
It's just built for.
Is it?
Yeah, it's built
It's
for tech.
designed
Okay.
for tanks.
It's so
It's the best way to put it.
So is it just like it can't really go like anywhere besides going like front, back, left, right?
No, like it has support for
Well,
the
it's just
third
meant.
tracking wheel.
I'm
It's
not a
just
code
not
guy.
built for it.
That's
I'm assuming you're referring to Okapi's Pathfinder algorithms and stuff, which are explicitly designed for tank
tank.
drives,
Yeah.
and there's the sliding that's going to happen a little bit with X drives. It's just not equipped to handle
Yeah,
that.
that
you
is
need
right.
your own path for autonomous. You need your own pathfinding algorithm.
Pathweaver. Okay, wait. Do
I'll
you guys
just
know
say
about
this,
Pathweaver?
You know, I'm a tank
Yeah, go
guy.
check out
Yeah.
Pathweaver. Didn't Tabor make that?
Yeah, Tabor.
Yeah,
made it.
I've used Pathweaver in the past. That's what we used last year with motion profiles, and it's pretty good. Honestly, if you can develop odometry, though, it's still far superior.
Yeah.
We kind of
So
went over this,
Pathweaver is the same thing as Pathfinder, except it's just giving you the CSV, and you have to figure out how to handle all that.
That's
Pathfinder
So
is
it's
just
nothing
kind
like
of
Pathfinder.
no, it's the same algorithm.
I mean,
Yeah, it's the same algorithm. Pathweaver is also like visually stimulating though. Like there's UI for it, GUI.
it's good for babies. Visual stimulation.
Good for VRC.
I only
middle
deal with hard numbers.
Do you guys think that it is worth it to do a holonomic drive versus a tank?
Holonomic's
I
incredible
think
for
holonomic
Auton.
Do whatever you want, man. As long as
Like,
you're good.
So
This is
so
Auton
Kiwi
here.
drive.
I think doing hollow
Yeah,
is
this
definitely.
is Auton
If
here,
you're
I
gonna
agree.
do hollow, do it.
Oh
this
wait, so you said do anything I want. So can I do a Kiwi drive?
Yep.
As long as you're good with
Oh
it.
god.
Go ahead.
Kiwi drive's coming back, boys.
All right, let's go. No, actually,
Boys
no
love
leaks, but like
Holonomic drive
the pneumatic
is better
drive
for
is gonna be
driving.
powerful.
You build a steam engine.
Okay.
Oh,
The
Nothing's
steam
okay.
engine was OP.
I mean, dude,
All my
Go
homies
full
love
speed for like
Kiwi
10
drive.
seconds before it dies because the air tank runs out.
Yeah.
I like that video of the steam engine, and there's like 6 pneumatic tanks that last 30 seconds.
Nice.
Anything else we want to? Wasn't this the skills section? Where are we now?
Yeah.
This
Okay.
was
So
the skill section.
so
I don't know
skill
what happened.
skill strategy.
Skill strategy, just pick up the balls and put them in the towers.
Yeah.
Quite simple.
Literally
It's-
just
it's
try to get
good.
as many
No,
home
I
rows
feel
as
as though
possible.
skills, you just have to figure out the right goals to D-score.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
just yeah.
Okay, you know,
You go for the
Tower
corner.
Takeover had overflow where you just like get rid of the cubes off the top. I think that's gonna be important here because getting rid of all those blue ones is gonna be like kind of a pain in the ass.
Do you think you'll need
No,
to
well.
D-score?
Oh, for sure, for sure.
Yeah.
What you
Well,
want
you
the
can
cap
just
score
score
is
Score on
good
top
skill
of the
score.
blue goals.
No, you
and
can't,
you
'cause
can
no.
add
Okay,
other
so
goals.
countdown.
The far side is 3 in it, isn't it?
Yes.
Only
it is.
D-score.
it has
Only
three in
D-score
it.
3 of them.
You have to D-score a minimum of 3.
to get a
What
good
benefits
round.
you get if you do score more? I don't remember.
You don't get any benefit.
Yeah, you don't get any
Nothing.
benefits.
Because then you get to
Slots you can put 'em
then you
in.
get to score yours on top.
You need to have the full tic-tac-toe to
You
get
still have to. You still have to score yours in home row, even if you don't.
And
like,
if there's 3 in there, you can't score on top.
Max is 54.
Oh,
54, damn.
the max is 54. No, wait, is it? Oh yeah, it is
Are
max.
you?
No, yeah, it's
Yeah,
54.
that sounds right.
I also
sorry,
think
no.
I also think you're overestimating how good teams are going to be early
No.
season in skills. There's going to be
I-
like less than
I-
5 that are maxing it out before December.
No,
I'm still putting $5 on before August. Driver.
I'm not putting $5 on August. I'm saying I'll put $5 on early November.
I'll put
I-
$5 on
hard
July.
on
Put 5 on before the new
All right,
year.
no, calling it right
Yeah, I'll
now.
put $5
Someone's
on
gonna
April.
max out driver at the Hawaii sig.
I mess around and max out.
No, not gonna happen.
Okay.
I think it's more likely to happen at Benson.
Yeah.
I don't know about that one
I
either.
bet $5 that
I
before
can see
Worlds
that.
somebody will max
Benton
it
will
out.
have tilted.
Oh, I
For
mean,
sure,
you
they
won that.
will.
I can see
I bet you
programming.
that-
I can definitely see. Max
Programming's
out
going to be interesting.
Programming will not
in,
be
like,
maxed.
February.
Programming is gonna
Yeah,
be like.
programming isn't going to be maxed out. There's no way.
No,
like,
it's-
these
Yeah,
four,
no,
there's no way.
It just takes.
I can see programming being maxed out, but it's going to take a tiny bit of time.
You think so?
And I don't even
bit.
think it's
Yeah,
worth
it'll
maxing
take-
it out.
Yeah, I don't
I think
either.
Maybe at Worlds.
Wait, why wouldn't it be worth maxing it out? Like, if you want to do well at Worlds, having a repeatable autonomous that you can do every single match, and if you test it for 6 months, it's gonna be more reliable. At
Okay,
Worlds, and
well, of
therefore
course. Okay, let me
chance-
rephrase. Of course, it's worth maxing it out. I mean, the
Well, you
way
just said it
you
wasn't
okay,
worth maxing it out.
the way you have to move around the field to max it out, you're better off just getting like an extra. I don't.
Okay,
Okay.
Wait, guys,
get
guys,
good.
guys, guys.
Get
Just
good.
do action replay. Just do action replay. Just take the
Rerun.
connection from your
Rerun.
controller. Easy. Easy.
Rerun
Yeah,
over.
you're right.
I really don't see why. I think driver will be maxed out pretty soon, and I think programming will take a little bit longer. But once a team goes for it, I think it'll be maxed.
So you think it's
Yeah.
gonna kind of be like turning point where like you expect to see 33s across the board, and then
Yeah.
you're just up to programming.
Yeah, the one thing is, I'm not sure if people max out programming skills until a little bit later in the season once they have their final bot over just the ones they build over summer.
Yes.
Yeah, that's definitely true.
Because maxing out a programming skills run, it takes, like, even if it's a simple run, still takes a while.
Yeah.
And you don't really want to spend all that time when you're still building on a robot you're not even going to use.
And you could even get driver. You can just get more driver practice for match.
Yeah, I think there's going to be advantages.
I
to
think you're
waiting
gonna see
for a bit.
some good programming skills runs around SIG season.
Yeah, for sure.
Not max,
Would
but
just like
definitely
to
good.
Would just like to remind everyone: if you max out programming, you also max out driver.
Yeah.
That's true.
Oh
That's
yeah,
OP.
I mean yeah.
That's OP.
No, it is true because then you can just
You
run
just
your
run
programming
programming
as
for
your
driver.
driver.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but you never.
What? Okay, Ben.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Debate.
I don't know. I just think that programming will be a while longer just because people won't be interested in putting the time into running a programming
No, yeah,
skill
like
Yeah.
I'm
until
definitely
closer to
gonna
Worlds.
And
work
like
way
I say,
more on
because
driver
in
than
match,
programming.
like driving is gonna be like so.
Also,
key.
for most of the
Early
teams
season,
that
if
are-
you work on skills auton more than match auton, you're 0 IQ.
Yeah.
Also,
yeah.
most of the teams that will be able to put a driver score can win their state with just their driver score.
Yeah. Honestly.
Yeah.
So then they're not like, oh, you
Maine is
should
going to be an
do-
easy win with just driving.
Well, yeah, you're the
you
only
should-
team
Yeah,
in
it's not like
Maine.
you have to do programming to win at a state level. I would say that whatever max driver score here in Arizona, that would win you the state title.
Yeah,
For
That's why I also think that there's not going to be a lot of teams. That's why there's still only going to be no less than 10 really competitive skills teams at Worlds.
Yeah.
yeah, but I still think that the 10 teams that will be competitive there, they'll all be able to max it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think World
So-
Skills is good. I mean, I feel like people said the same thing about Starstruck, but there was still quite a bit of differentiation.
I should
I
say
mean-
this. Do you think that if you think that programming will be max, do you think that there's a possibility for there to be a tie at Worlds and skills?
I don't think
Isn't
I don't
it
think
whoever
people are going to
gets
max
it
out
first?
programming.
I don't think people will max
That
out.
would
I
be
think
such
there'll be a
BS.
slight difference. I think there'll be 1 or 2 teams that get programming max.
So you
Yes.
mean one where like it seems like so like there's a standard route, but then somehow one team squeezes in like an extra point and that wins them it that wins it.
Yeah.
I think there'll be 1 team that gets the absolute most you can get, and then I think there'll be a bunch of teams that get like. So remember
Really
Henry at Worlds last year, how he had like the 28.
Yeah.
Like that was your max driver without capping, right?
29
And
was
then-
max.
Well, 29, but like he would have gotten 29 in practice and messed up at Worlds, right?
I mean, I capped
Both?
and flip right at Worlds, which was the
Yeah,
only
yeah,
reason.
both of them because 574 also missed a flag if I'm correct.
But yeah, so like stuff like that, like things like that will happen that will decide who wins and
Yeah.
loses.
For VexU, you don't have any doubt that like there will be more
Yeah.
that get full.
See, way before August, someone's gonna max it out. Vexy's
I
broken
wouldn't be
this year.
surprised if
Yeah,
the
Vexu
GDC
skills
went
this year is
back on
gonna
their
be really,
decision
really
and
This
made
year,
Vexu
this
more
year should have been a one
really-
robot competition.
Like, I'm pretty sure in
for
VexU
skills.
right now we could build a clawbot and get max.
24-inch for skills. I think just don't let 2 robots in for skills.
I honestly would
Oh,
argue
yeah.
the 15.
Tetherbot.
I can agree with that 15. I can agree with that, Hannibal.
15 forces people to make lifts, and that'd be so funny.
I don't think you have to make lift as a 15 even.
Making lift.
What?
No, Ton, how would you not make a lift as 15?
could do
What
a
what
flip
else
out
would
or
you do?
I mean, you
Well,
could just do a
flip
flip
out.
out. It's
Yeah.
still
Yeah,
more
but
effective.
then you get more. Then it becomes more luck based. The more you have to flip out.
What?
No, it's not.
You had to flip out all
No.
season in Tower Takeover.
No.
Yeah.
Well, what do you,
All
okay? What do you
of
mean
them
by
had to
flip
flip out
out?
entire-
Like
How
what
the heck
Like
would
flips
how
you
just
out?
something shoot up the top, like shoot up the
Conveyor
top and make it a little bit taller.
Like a one-time flip.
Like an intake
Yeah.
that flips out.
No,
How
yeah,
the
that's
heck
what
would
you
flip
know.
out the
Shoots
conveyor
out.
belt?
Okay, if you
Just
flipped up
shoots
the
out.
I thought you
conveyor
just don't
belt,
like how
A, I don't know
roll
what you're
or something.
doing because you could just make a smaller chassis, and B, I mean, the only reason I could ever imagine of thinking of flipping out a roller is because you want the intakes to be far out so that you can descore really easily. But then again,
Well,
you
yeah,
can just have a smaller chassis. So like,
Yeah.
what's the point?
Or like D-score bar. It's just
Yeah,
D-score bar is
exactly.
gonna be nice.
Yeah, D-score bar.
Especially in VexU.
Yeah,
Like, when
Guys,
you
the
compare notice-
shticks are coming back.
yeah, the
Shtick.
sticks.
All the homies like shticks.
Me and the voice mess around with sticks.
Dude, VexU. Yeah, I mean,
VexU
especially if you're in
skills is so
VexU, just
broken.
use like like either pneumatic or motorized sticks, and then you're just good.
Pneumatic sticks, I feel like, are gonna be better in VexU. Like, you know how BLRS did the what was it? It was like
Because
the plexi.
wait, you mean because the
Oh
wings?
yeah, because I'm sorry.
Yeah,
They did the plexi wings. I feel like something like that, but for descoring, is gonna be nice.
yeah, for sure.
I think 2587Z had something similar in TASA.
Yeah, I just think that having a lift just one takes up space on a 15-inch robot where you don't have a ton of space. 2 is less efficient than just running a conveyor belt ball system
Yeah, I agree.
I think
because you have to
consistency
lift the weight of the
wise-
objects than literally just rolling the balls up a
I mean,
intake.
okay, my problem.
Especially when your intake can be like 1200 RPM.
I guess I don't want to think about that because it just seems really simple, and that would make me bored, honestly.
Well, I mean, you just have to think about what seems the most effective.
Yeah, lifts. Like, I know what you're saying.
Like,
Lifts
there was
seem
a
more
reason
exciting,
why
but that does
Goofy-
seem more.
There was a reason why Goofy was more effective, like because it was it was a more efficient design. Instead of lifting all the cubes straight up in the air, it lifted them at a 45-degree angle, which is just more effective,
Yeah.
and also why it excelled.
Yeah. Okay. I guess I know what you're saying. What you're saying. So, are you thinking? Well, okay. Do you guys think that compression on balls, like intaking, is going to be a problem this year, or do you think since they're so like spherical that it's just
That and they're also
for
light.
the bad-
to be an
the
issue.
They're
bad
like-
teams, it's gonna be. In
Aren't
lighter
they-
than most people know.
Yeah, aren't they half the weight of
yeah,
They're a
they're
little
really-
more than half.
a little
They're
more
really-
than half? Okay.
3 balls is less than less weight than 1 cube. I'm pretty sure.
They're really
Yeah.
light.
What? No, no.
It's the balls are about 187 grams. I heard.
It's like
And the
100
cubes
grams.
were
About.
285.
so a little more.
Yeah,
than
the
that.
balls are.
Oh, okay, never mind.
I mean, yeah, they're pretty light. I mean, if you plan on doing like, I guess, on holding a lot of balls, then maybe, but I think compression won't really be that big of an issue.
Yeah. So with roller, yeah, I guess a really high RPM conveyor belt would be pretty crispy. But
I'm
something.
still on the opinion that just
I feel like
having a
really
lift
high.
is nice.
A
Yeah.
lift, okay, I like the idea of a lift, but I also see where Tilton's coming from because a conveyor belt, you cycle more fast, you just can't hold as many balls, and again, I think hoarding is important.
Well, how do you descore with well, bar, I guess.
Shtick.
But you can't
Shtick.
like you can't
You just need a piece of metal sticking out.
you
Yeah.
can't
Shtick,
score into the intake though. Like you
The
can't.
question is, should you power the shtick?
Well, if you have an extra
No.
motor, yeah. I mean,
Power the okay, no,
Okay.
no, no. Here,
Swishing back at it
Pneumatic
with
put the stick
Okay,
on a
look.
ratchet and then connect that ratchet to the intake conveyor belt, and it just constantly swings back and forth.
oh
Easy.
my god.
Genius.
Can we all get a F in the chat for Kim Jong Un quickly?
Wait, did he die? Did he
Everyone in
die?
chat
He's
drop an
dead.
F.
Wait, no way.
Okay, can we not?
Let's not go there.
Alright,
This
alright.
is Vex
Yeah.
Forum friendly.
This is Vex
Remember?
Forum friendly.
We're gonna have to
Vex
bleep
Forum
out.
friend.
I think we can use this as an opportunity to sell ourselves up to some North Korean Vex teams.
Okay, so okay. Stop. No, we're not doing this.
What's left? What haven't we talked about?
Look at the talking points.
Yeah, let's just check.
If there's nothing else, I think we're just waiting.
We didn't.
For the last
Wait, okay. Let's talk
Did we
about how
talk
we
about-
think this game could have been improved.
Ooh.
Park.
Yeah.
Park,
okay.
Hain,
At least
Parker,
Park.
Hain.
Park for sure, I
Park.
think.
The
Okay, a
middle
park,
tower
a
should have
park
been taller.
can literally be added to the game right now if you just
I
say
just
park
noticed
in your
there's
own
no
zone.
Nah, bro, fuck a
there's
park.
no
Yeah, there's no
colored
red or blue
tiles. So do we get
tiles.
to start? Do we get to start anywhere?
Oh yeah, I saw that. I
Anywhere
did
in
see
your
this
zone.
earlier. Yeah.
Anywhere in your zone.
It's
Yeah.
not
Okay,
even
cool.
against
So,
the wall. It's
it's-
anywhere
Wait, it's
touching that first tile and not touching the second tile.
Mhm.
Touch.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Oh, it's
I thought you
not.
had to be
It's
touching
it's
the wall.
it's kind of like
No.
Turning Point where you could basically start tilted.
Turning Point was nice though.
Yeah.
Like Turning Point light.
I did like
having
Turning
a-
Point. Where
You
the
could
Like
start
having
tilted
to
and
use a
take over.
lineup tool was kind of annoying sometimes, but it was worth it for Auton.
Yeah, and I think
you can
especially
start
this year, I
tilted.
think again lineup
Yeah.
tools are gonna need to be used, but
Yeah.
it'll pay off.
If you can start anywhere, you generally just want to start as far forward as possible.
Yeah, as close as
Yeah.
where because I mean, there's not really gonna be like any big flip out times this year, so you'll be able to just you okay. Even
wait.
even if you do have a flip out, it will be an intake.
It's
flip
not going
out,
to be
I'm
like a
assuming.
3-stage
Yeah.
tray or.
It's not gonna be like, and even as fast as
In
you could
before
get it this
China
year.
makes the 16 ball tray.
Oh no.
Honestly, I'm hyped.
Oh,
Okay, I'm really
no.
hyped to see early season China bots.
Yeah, I
Except
really
Crow's
am.
kind of messing that up, but
No, don't worry. They're gonna go to the Vex Robotics Academy in Wuhan that just opened up.
No, China's cracked. They're gonna have to wait like 2 months before they can do anything now.
That is
Yeah.
true. But then again, like
which is good news for us next
okay,
year.
let's be honest. We're talking about
I-
China here. They can build bots in like a week if they wanted to.
Dude, okay, if China wasn't quarantined, they would have their bots done tomorrow morning.
Yeah, basically. You'd see like, dude, just go on Billy and see some reveals.
Billy.
Anyone know the progress on why is robot in as soon as he finishes it?
If he finishes it, he'll post it.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, he needs to use that intro as soon as possible.
I heard he's using steel C channels on his base.
Oh no.
Yeah, he really likes steel C channels. On
Oh,
his
I will say this: having a light bot this year too will benefit, considering how
light
much.
bot's gonna
Yeah,
be big.
yeah.
Maybe.
Wall
Like
bot.
last year, you didn't need to be as light, and it almost kind of helped you if you weren't because you could take defense more. But this year, Lightbot's gonna be big.
Because even though you could say, "Oh, but you're going to take less defense," you also do want to move around really quickly. Because I think this year you don't want to deal with the defense. I think you want to get around the defense.
I agree. That's why I think X Drive is going to be so useful because
Yeah.
you could trade some of that dealing with defense for just being able to avoid it
Yeah,
completely.
and you can also just like
Well,
swerve around someone.
I mean, no drive can
6
get
motor
around.
drive,
next-
6 motor drive,
around the
6
wall
motor
bot.
drive.
Well, yeah, I mean, okay, here's the thing: a wallbot would only be functional if it either blocked off 2 or all 3 of the
Wallbots
zones.
just aren't going to be good
Okay,
this year. I
okay,
think.
Yeah,
well,
there's
They
too
were
much.
not last
Okay,
year, they're not going to be this year.
you need
What
to have a
about tether
12-foot wallbot.
like 224x from this year.
Well, yeah, of course. I mean, I'm assuming if you had a wallbot, you would be tether anyway. And then
Yeah.
again, you would still have to cover 12 feet.
Well,
Even if
could-
you only
okay.
just block off one goal, that doesn't really
I mean,
do you much good.
That is okay. If you block off one goal, you do eliminate the possibility of getting
The most
3
important goal
rows.
to block off would be the middle, but I can't see anyone building a tall or a wall bot to block off.
Dude, they have like a big clamp thing, like just a circular claw.
They just drop a clamp around it.
Well,
Yeah.
if you fill up the tower and then block the bottom of the
It's like they have like a weird slinky thing where like they come up on top of it, and then it's just a slinky where it just like expands all the way up.
Uh-oh.
Don't take any
So-
ideas, kids.
Scissor wallbot.
Okay, while we wait for a specific somebody, can we just go down the line since I think we're running out of stuff to talk about?
Yeah.
Go down the line and talk about what you're excited about in the game, and if you want to, what you're gonna start working on.
Okay, so am I
start
at the
with
top
Ben.
of the line? Oh, never mind.
Ben.
No, just start it. Yeah.
Oh, so are you going off the Discord line?
Yes.
Okay, so I think I'm pretty hyped for how the win points are gonna affect the rankings in tournaments. Because like rankings have always been inconsistent before, but I mean that's 2 extra win points you get if you what is it? It's if you have your home row and autonomous and at the end of the match, or am I dumb?
It's just at. It doesn't matter if it's at the end of the match. It's just Auton.
It's only auton.
Yeah.
Okay, so sorry, 1 extra win point. I mean those have the most weight in your rankings, so I think that'll be cool to see. And also, I'm curious to see because I mean we talked about a non-lift design, but I'm curious to see any other designs besides lifts and non-lifts. I'm curious to see like what else.
Scissor lift.
Lift and non-lift is every.
Dude,
design
all right,
line.
yeah. Can we? Okay, someone's gonna build a scissor lift. Someone is.
Someone's gonna build a scissor lift, and it's gonna be bad.
9192.
Hey,
Some
our
class
dear
act-
viewers
actually
out
gonna
there,
build a
if you're
platform.
listening to this, whatever you do, don't build a scissor lift.
Yeah.
Don't build a scissor
Well, I mean,
lift.
okay. Well, I mean,
That's
to be
bad.
fair,
No,
to be
no,
fair.
don't
Someone always
rationalize
does
it.
it.
Okay,
Don't
fi-
do it.
Unless
It
you're
doesn't-
okay, okay, okay.
You
Fi-
cannot rationalize a scissor
Okay,
lift.
574
Message,
side
I'm
five
building it.
574D built a scissor lift in the zone, and then they upset 7K in virtual world. So I'm just saying, might be a learning experience.
Scissor
I feel
lift
like I'm gonna
bad.
get kicked from the channel for saying that.
Thanks for the message about the scissor lift. I will now build an elevator lift.
Yeah, can I see a cascade somewhere?
Cascade.
Yeah,
Okay,
cascade lift.
Cascade's also bad.
No, yeah, they're both gonna
Why
be
are we
like.
talking about Cascade?
Okay, well, they're
The
okay.
only times that a cascade lift will ever be good, honestly, is if they make, first of all, if you use your own custom spacers and stuff, and second of all, if they make a new linear motion kit, which I think we're long overdue for.
They're not gonna do that though. They
Okay,
don't care about the
okay.
linear motion kit. No one does.
Okay, I will say that.
Continue it. Wait, Cap.
All right, we are
Wait, I just need to say one
digressing.
last thing.
Wait.
Okay.
No, okay, we're just gonna go to Ben.
Just
No,
okay.
let him say one last thing.
One last thing. Okay. Anyone out there, like actually, if you are thinking about building a scissor lift or a cascade lift, because I know we're trolling with this, but like really, I do not recommend it at all. It's needless height, it's needless complications, and it's just not really useful at all. Okay, Ben.
Okay, so I don't really know what I think about this game. It's good sometimes when I think about it, but it's also like the worst game in Vex history some other times. All I know is you want to put the right ball in the right tower and keep winning, I guess.
That worked.
Well said. Well said.
Said, man.
Short but sweet.
All right, next Dom.
And not throw.
I dislike
Yeah,
this
and
game.
don't
This
don't
game is
throw
so
at 2
dumb.
points.
If you maintain possession of 7 of the goals, you basically just win the game. It's so dumb. It's going to be so easy to play. Auton is going to suck because there's a lot of open space for it. And I just really don't like this game.
So what? I have a real quick question. When you say it's super easy to play, what if 2 teams that are versing each other both think that? Is it going to be easy?
It is easy.
I also I take issue with saying if you control 7 towers, you just win. 7 towers is a lot.
Yeah, no, saying just control 7 towers is like saying just put up 2 12 stacks and then a 13.
Just put up.
Okay, yeah, but if you
Yeah.
have 2
Yeah, just make
competent
it
alliance
easy.
partners on the same alliance, they're going to be able to control 7 towers. Or not
Yeah, but
towers.
then
whatever
versus
it's
Not
called.
if they're
Dom,
against
that's
What is
assuming that your
What if
opponent's
you're
worse
both
than you.
competent? What if
Come to
everyone's
6
Well,
seeds.
they
and that's
most likely are going to be worse than me.
if both teams
Okay,
are competent, they both get 7 towers.
I do also have to say that because this game is like more team to team interaction, scrimming is definitely gonna have way more benefit.
Yeah,
than it did
scrimming is
last
going to be
year.
way bigger this year than it was last year.
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't really think that's super true.
Why not? Defense is
Because-
going to be bigger than it was this last year for
Yeah,
sure.
but
I think
by the time Worlds comes around, it's not like Turning Point where you have to be super accurate and aim at a flag and people are pushing you and there's a super small area. Because in Turning Point, the platform separated the entire field. And honestly, you were only playing on really like a 4-foot by 12-foot area. And 1 foot of it was taken up by flags. So all 4 of us were crammed into a tiny area. This game, the entire field is open. And as long as you're super fast, you can just go to the place you want to score before anyone else gets there. So I think it's more about getting your cycle time really, really fast than learning how to play under defense.
Okay.
I agree.
I see that.
Okay.
All right, let's
And
continue with the
Eric.
list.
All right,
Eric.
Eric.
I mean, I personally kind of like the game. I think the I think it's really cool that they're putting such a big emphasis on Auton. I mean, it does seem kind of easy. It does seem kind of simple, but I think that just kind of makes it a bit better. I mean, Jess had told me this earlier, which I think makes a lot of sense, which is that it's basically just toss up and gateway without the hard parts, which admittedly does make it kind of boring, but if it ends up becoming like a very driver like heavy game, I think it could be pretty fun.
Fair enough. Fair enough. All right. Next is Hanny.
Dude, I'm just excited to see how the GDC messes this one up.
I'm hyped for the Q&A next week, boys. Okay,
Facts,
turns
dude.
out you can't touch other people's bots.
Q&A is gonna drop and this game's just gonna go down.
Guys, I have a quick question. Is there a rule about taking the balls off of the Auton line?
No.
So
well, I think
You're not allowed. Okay.
Online is just neutral. Balls
it'll
on.
probably be the same as Takeover.
So it's like
Yeah,
dodgeball.
so it's pretty much gonna be treated the same way as Takeover.
Okay, next, Hayden.
I personally like this game. I think there's a lot of defensive and potential for really cool skills runs this year with their new emphasis on programming. I also think, due to how simple the game is, it's going to breed a lot of super heavy competition, and I think signature events are going to be really fun to watch, as well as really high level competitions, just like the back and forth nature. And that's it.
Thank you very much.
Very cool.
Next,
Good job,
Joseph.
Well, I want to compare this to my initial reaction to Tower Takeover. The beginning of Tower Takeover, I was really excited. I thought it was really cool. And then, like, as the season progressed, like, it just went downhill from there. But with this
Q&A
game,
time.
I started with really bad impressions. And I think throughout today, it's slowly starting to go up. And I hope that continues. I hope they don't screw up the Q&A. Because I want to like this game. But I'm not exactly feeling it right now.
Well said.
Also, we should hang.
I hang needs to come back.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
hang
I want to hang.
Kind of sucks
No.
I hate myself.
this game.
You
All
should
right,
get bonus
next.
points for high hanging
Okay,
yourself
I'll
at the end of the match.
Oh no.
Easy.
Okay, next, Leo.
I'm pretty excited for new Auton stuff. The win point thing I think will be cool. I also definitely agree with what Joseph said. I think I'm more excited for this game now than I was at the beginning of the cast, just from like what I've heard of people discussing how the strategy is going to go.
All right. Thank you very much. Next, Maxim.
I'm gonna say is triple play with balls.
Easy peasy.
What the?
That's
Next.
169 for you.
Wait, 169's
Next,
in
Noah.
here?
All right, honestly, I like this game. It seems hype, and I understand what Dom is saying where it sounds too easy, but I think the fact that it's so simple in concept, it's going to come much more down to split-second decisions and just driving really well, and I like that aspect.
All right. Next, Safa.
All right, let's ball and all. This game is stupid.
Where did you come from?
No, the skills didn't work. I didn't read the manual.
When did
Skills is
Safa get here?
garbage. Skills is
Who added
stupid.
Safa?
Yeah, when did
Wait, yeah, who invited Safa?
Dude, I literally just saw Safa join. And I was like, oh,
What do you think?
Wait, I'm gonna take a venture to guess here that Max might have invited Safa.
I don't know.
Yeah,
That's kind
I
of
think
strange.
Tilden did it.
Nah,
He
nah,
would
Max would
never.
never, bro.
It's
Why
probably
would he
Noah.
ever do that? Don't.
I think it was
Wait,
Terran.
Safa.
I'm innocent. I'm innocent.
Bro,
Safa, would you like to give us any more clues about what you believe the game is?
All right.
Vex
Bunch of
friendly.
tubes, right? You got it.
No,
I think
I
there has to be a lift. You know, there's no lifts. You're not building the right design. You know. So
Do you
have to
think
do
a
toss-up
scissor lift
robot.
could? Do you think a scissor
Yes,
lift
scissor
could be
lifts are
good?
extremely viable. Like it's
No.
in a certain.
Do you think a
sense.
scissor lift
You guys
with a
aren't thinking
claw
about
on
it
it?
correctly.
Think about the design. Where the ball's gonna
What are you
go?
gonna push
The
by?
balls are gonna go right inside
in the
middle.
face. In the face. In the face.
balls are gonna go in the middle of the robot, right? The scissor encapsulate the balls, right? It goes around the balls. That's actually the only viable design.
Guys, the blue balls are more important than the red ball.
Yeah,
I think this
Dude,
is
I
an
don't like
agreeable
any blue
statement.
balls.
no, even if you're on the red lines.
Depends. Are you red pilled or are you blue pilled?
Blue ball.
No,
Thank you,
answer the
Safa,
question.
for the very nice commentary.
Problem.
We truly value and appreciate you.
Thank you,
Good,
Safa.
Safa. Do you think a claw is going to be better than any sort of roller intakes?
Quite
Like
possible.
maybe the
With a claw,
maybe
you
the
can
Vex
grasp
claw.
the balls. So there may be
What do
some
you-
value in that regard, but we'll have to see how
As
the
they say,
season develops.
grabbing what?
What do you think about the Vex claw? as
Silly, I
compared
think
to
you're up.
elements?
Dude, the
Is it
Vex
my
Claw is
turn?
gonna be OP. You know, just slap
Hey.
on like
Okay,
3
okay.
of those.
Yeah, I think
Hey,
it's Sully's
the
turn.
Vex Ball
Okay.
dominated in the game.
Okay, so I
Let
think we
Sully
know what.
speak.
Okay, guys, we already got leaks of Sopha's cat. It's a claw on a scissor lift.
Okay,
Shit,
so
I didn't mean to leak it like that, but you guys got me.
Okay,
yeah,
so-
dude, 169H drive is gonna go hard this year, dude. Like, oh my god.
Let our man
Might as well
speak.
just make an
The
act.
169 swerve drive is gonna go hard this.
Oh,
okay, so I believe it is my turn.
we're gonna skip
Yes.
Okay, so
Tell 'em
okay,
what-
so Capri's been banned basically. Okay,
darn.
so my opinion on this game has not changed. It's bad. I'm the person who gave Eric the quote. It's just worse. It's just they took out all the fun stuff of good games and made it into one game. Any game where it's just one thing repetitively isn't fun. And I'm just gonna be looking forward to skills because skills is all. No matter what game, just seeing skills is hype.
Bro, every game is the same thing.
I mean,
over and
just
over.
wait
what
until
about
I show up with a
Max
maxed out at Benton.
Okay.
But yeah, game bad. I'm waiting for skills. That's about it.
But
How does
no
skills
other
even work?
game
Someone
had
explain this, Johnson.
tic-tac-toe aspects.
There's
Red
14
balls
cubes on the
and
field. There's not 14 cubes. There's 14 red balls on the field, and then there's a couple blue balls in the tubes, and you have to de-score the
That's
blue
hot.
and score the red. General gist.
Yeah, the blue balls are the ones that get to be scored because they're better.
I have
Yep.
blue ball.
Red
Okay.
gets scored, not blue.
Good to know.
Thank you for telling us. All right,
All right.
next I believe that is Soham.
Wait, you're gonna skip me?
You're,
Can
No.
you read?
you're below.
Oh, you're on the box.
Tilted.
Well, then,
I think the biggest problem I see with this game is that in the past we've really had games where there've been two objectives, like in the zone was mobile goals and cones. Like a turning point was caps and balls. Last year was towers while stacking. I think that's the biggest problem in this game. And the thing that I'm most excited about, honestly, is just seeing pure driver skill determine who's winner. Because there's going to be a lot of driver skill that's going to matter this year.
Yo, Cadbury.
It's not.
Yeah,
it's
what
less.
happened?
I think it's less mechanical, more just be in the right place at the right time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You want to zoom in on when those robots hit the towers and they shake a bunch?
All right, one sec.
Oh, also the backboards are zip tied onto a field. Can we address that?
Wait,
Are they
actually,
really?
Yeah, in the appendix they are.
bruh.
Wait, the backboards are zip tied?
Yeah, they're zip tied.
Oh, you can see it in that
Oh,
shot
you
right
can
there.
see it.
Oh,
in
yeah,
the
you can
reveal.
see
You
'em.
can see it.
That's hype. That's hype.
Dub.
I think
Okay,
there are
guys,
gonna be a
can we
lot of
talk
field
about wall
failures
bots?
in
That's
this
the only thing I
No.
really want.
We already
No.
did.
No,
I wasn't here then.
I thought you
Then-
were.
okay, wait, yeah, fine. We'll talk about wallbots for
My
Tilden. They're
opinion from
bad.
last year stands on all bots.
I don't know. I feel like if you could get like there was a Vex farm post that Benji told me about, and it was like if you can get after Auton, if you can get the two side towers that are in the center, and then somehow you can cap the middle one, it can be really good. But honestly, I don't think anyone will build it until World.
Ben will.
How would you cap the
2
middle
2
tower
to
though? Because
4x.
that's by far the most important. But how would you do that successfully?
I mean, it doesn't seem that hard, honestly.
Bit of metal and a tether.
Yeah.
Are you talking
You
about
have-
completely surrounding it?
No, you probably just have something that goes over top of it, and then something goes in front of it.
Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah.
It's not that
I think
hard.
in front is more important than on top,
Well,
especially
I mean,
if it's
you
already.
have to stop them from scoring, and you have to
Well,
stop
if-
them from
if it's
de-scoring.
already full,
Or
if
that
there's
your
already
ball
3
is
in there.
there and then just cap the bottom.
Yeah, if there's already 3 in there, they can't de-score from the top.
Yeah.
Oh, that's true. So you don't even cap the top.
Yeah.
I don't think it's really a good idea for state level competitions because you'll end up just losing more than you'll win.
Yeah.
Like and qualification matches because you play with really bad teams, right, or whatever.
Wow.
But I think when you're in a Worlds, it could be good. Stressing that they don't change the rules.
Q&A time, boys.
Because I would be
You know what's
shocked if they were
weird?
willing to let you just completely block off one opponent from scoring by Worlds.
This
We're
honestly
still waiting
kind
for
of looks like a
special
baby
guest.
game. Like you look at the field and the robots next to the field look kind of big, but when someone's standing next to the field, the green like target part of the tower is literally going to be up to your ankle.
Ankle.
Dude, who are you?
How
Are
tall
you
is your
like 12 feet
ankle,
tall?
man?
dude?
Dang,
Okay,
man's
okay,
tall.
maybe your knee, maybe your knee. Maybe
Bro,
your knee.
The
Capri's
field
head.
walls are what?
4'7".
Foot high?
I'm not 4'7".
And that's about as
4'7".
Capri.
Bro, but the
Oh.
highest,
4'7".
the highest part of this game, like, what is it?
Okay, I think you should take a break and really think about what you just said. Thank you.
Also, I should say that okay, the change from because I mean even last year it wasn't really a big one, but this year there will literally be like in my opinion 0 change from ground to raised fields, since
I
just
agree.
the scoring objects are just so low.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. I mean, guys, if you're not making a scissor lift scissor lift shoes to stand on during the match, what are you even doing?
How do people already have the Vex game elements or the
3D
No one
printed.
does.
Okay,
I'm
let's
like,
be honest.
3D
Okay,
print?
the
Nobody
rules
has
say
the
that
actual
you can't
elements. They've
stand
just
on
made
it.
them
Has-
from other pieces.
Yeah. Oh wait, you can buy the elements, but I mean I don't know when those are gonna ship.
They would
I
have
already
shipped.
bought them. They shipped in 8 weeks.
Oh.
8 weeks.
Yeah,
Pog.
it's gay.
All right, so
I mean,
so
I went out to the store and I bought 6.5-inch hard balls. So I'm gonna like use those for now.
Wait, what store
Where
did you
did
go
you
to?
find
Was it
those?
was it something like local or was it like something national? Because I think we should tell people that.
It was just Target.
Yeah, all right.
Wait,
So
what?
go. Okay, so if you don't want to just like obviously put some mask on, put on some protective equipment because
I
you
didn't
know-
even wear a mask, guys. and I
eVRC.
Okay,
was
don't
really
say
close
that,
to
Sponsored
Tilden.
by
people.
Target.
First in, Tilden does
Okay,
not
so
fear
Tilden is
coronavirus.
the main cause of
To
COVID-19.
be fair, he is in
Confirm.
Arizona.
All right,
Tilden
I am in
literally
Arizona.
made
Okay,
COVID-19.
so I'm gonna say this. All right, so first of all, I mean Tilden didn't know that Soham was above him in chat, so I mean he's not the most.
I mean, I just didn't think we wanted to hear Soham speak.
His intellect is down there. He's
After-
been mouth
okay,
breathing all
after
podcast.
All right,
choking
okay,
Div
okay.
finals.
Just a public service announcement.
Yeah,
If you
after
want-
choking Div finals, I didn't think we wanted to hear Soham.
Did somebody say choking finals of a sig?
Professional
Dude,
choker.
imagine.
Hey,
imagine
Tilden,
taking
you kind of
finals this
choked.
week.
Yeah, you
Demi,
did choke
though.
Google, so I think.
Hey!
I
I'm
mean,
just gonna
so-
direct. I'm just gonna direct all your attention to the fact that Uncharted lost finals again today.
Got him.
Oh yeah, they did again.
Soham's
But anyway,
troll.
At least
so
they made it to finals.
if
this
you
time.
want to get a substitute for the game objects, they're a bit
There
bigger.
is-
They're a bit bigger than the game objects, but just go to your
Safa,
local
send
Target,
leaks.
buy some 6.5
I
inch
mean,
balls. And
okay,
use
so
those.
what I did was to get mine closer to the things. They came super inflated, so I just deflated mine a little bit.
Oh wait, they're inflated. Oh okay.
Yeah, but they're like made out of this hard material, so they don't squish.
What?
I
They're
don't
inflated.
know. Like
but-
when you have them inflated, they don't squish like at all.
Like a basketball, kind of.
Yeah, but they're like really light.
Interesting.
So like, can you like?
They're like lighter than a turning point ball.
Bruh.
Are they heavier than a change-up ball?
I don't know how heavy a change-up ball is.
100.
187 grams.
I mean, I can weigh it for you
Ounces?
later if you
You don't use
186
ounces, okay?
Aren't ounces those things babies drink?
Yep.
What?
They're 10 pounds.
Oh god.
Wait, aren't
They're
babies made out of
168
ounces?
ounces. They're 10 pounds.
No, they're
168
168 grams.
That's way
Grams?
excessive. That makes
Okay.
ounce 9 of
160
carrying 32 balls. It's not possible anymore.
All right, guys, I think we should go on to Q&A now because
should.
I don't care about.
Yeah.
So,
guys,
who's taking
post your
questions from the
in
chat?
chat, and then we'll try to see if we can come up with an answer.
I
where
just
is
only got
Scott?
one
Okay.
question for y'all.
All right, so
Where's
the
Cat?
first question I see is I just broke the game this morning. I can't leak it to you, but like I found something that only intellectuals would think of.
I mean, I did that too.
Yeah, I know.
Guaranteed
That
I
means
sent the question.
guaranteed
With what Fliss_A said, Dom cute question mark. I'm gonna have to answer for Dom and say yeah.
All right, meta predictions. Okay, there's an actual question.
Can I go first?
Yeah, sure.
I feel
Wait.
as though that a lot of people are just gonna take a lot of inspirations from previous games initially, and then designs like the ones Tilden were talking about are probably gonna be another thing where it's like once it gets leaked, a lot of people are gonna try to switch to it. But I feel as though it's just gonna be predominantly lift bots, and then non-lift bots are gonna be a small niche.
Okay.
I agree. Yeah.
Guys, can you not pick up elements on the autonomous line in autonomous?
You can.
I think
you can.
you
You
can.
can.
You can.
And you
Are
can
you
also
sure?
you can
They're
also
also-
score
yeah.
in the towers on
Isn't
the
that the
autonomous line.
only way that you can fill your home row? Is if you take them off the line?
Yeah,
don't
I
know.
get. Well, no, because you can always just
Tilden,
put
I'm
one in
pretty
each.
sure the rules are going to be exactly like
true.
tower takeover rules. So if you knock a middle object over, you're fine.
But then there's
Okay.
also the rule about if you accidentally do it and it doesn't affect autonomous.
I'm also
then-
gonna
Yeah,
say
accidentally is fine, so
Bro,
you should
I just
be allowed to
accidentally
do that.
drove over the
If
line.
anyone watches this game reveal, they should realize that a shooting robot won't work because there's in the game reveal, there's a robot that literally goes right up to the thing and just tries to spit it into the tower and it falls out.
Yeah,
No,
half the
I'm
you're,
gonna
you're
say-
missing the big brain strats. You
Aren't
have to
those
shoot
animated
the ball
bots anyway?
over the line.
No.
No, those are real
those are
bots.
Wait, those are
That's not a
real?
high arcing shot.
Capri, what are you talking
I
about?
thought those were
dumb?
animated.
Capri, are
Capri
you
has a
Capri,
Oh.
Capri, what are you on? Capri, what?
Oh,
I
you know,
actually
football, baby.
thought
Capri,
they
what
were
did you just say? You're dumb.
No, those are animated. Those are
Capri
animated.
4-7?
Not Frisbee Frenzy. It's not animated.
Those were
What about
animated.
Champions Bridge?
Champions
okay.
Bridge.
I
rest
have
in
I have a
peace.
controversial opinion. I would rather play Champions Bridge than Change Up.
I don't
Okay,
think it's
no.
that controversial.
Okay,
Okay.
Champions Bridge was god.
Like,
it's terrible.
They have stuff for like the actual manual and stuff. Like you could legit compare the games side by
Hey-
side. And at
hey,
least they had
guys,
like a park or something.
Capri.
Yes.
This is supposed to be Q&A right now.
Oh,
We're
I'm
getting
sorry. Okay,
tangent.
next question.
A question someone asked is, what's their opinion on high capacity robots in terms of skills? And then I would like to add on, should you have like separate trays for skills and match?
No.
I don't think you should have separate trays for
No.
skills and match because
High capacity
in
for skills is worse than high capacity for
Yeah.
match. Definitely.
I don't think you
Yeah.
need to
Because
go
skills-
beyond like 4, maybe.
My opinion is 3 to
At
5.
once, you're gonna lose.
Because
Oh,
in skills,
AK?
you only want to really hold 3 balls, and this would be my reason. You can pick up the 3 balls, you can descore and make the line to give you the bonus, and then while you're on your way to make the next bonus line, you can pick up 3 more balls. So it's not efficient. It's not any more efficient to hold 6 balls compared to 3.
For my
Yeah.
homies hoarded match.
Okay. I'll answer
Or-
this next question because it's a simple one. It says, "Is Capri a simp?" Yes. All right. Next
Yes.
question.
Correct.
Music,
Why are
Absolutely.
the
Next team
casters'
left.
balls so itchy?
Oh god.
Until they-
Okay.
Next question.
Okay. Here's an actual question.
question.
I mean,
the
we
space.
lost this
The
year's like world
space.
champions. So I mean, they were the best team. at
What was
doing
the
this
actual
year.
question?
The space between the
So-
bars on the middle tower is 6.52 inches. You can't intake from the middle tower. How do you think this will be solved intuitively?
I think they
said
mean
that
like
one.
descoring.
Yeah, that's what they. Yeah, you can't intake
Just-
from.
just
So you
poke it
can't
through?
descore the middle tower.
Yeah, you can.
I.
Are you
This is
saying
what
the
this
middle
person said.
tower or the middle position?
This is what this person said. Okay, let me
You can
pause real
easily
quick.
descore the middle tower.
Oh, I see what he's saying. Because
They're
the
showing it in. They're showing it in the reveal
Just
video.
knock that gun out
No,
and
okay.
poop it out.
Basically, your intakes can't be that wide if you want to.
Well, I
descore
mean,
them. Oh, okay.
the
You're
I'm saying you're
It's
also.
just the shtick. The shtick.
Shtick.
Make
Stick.
pointy
How
stick,
does stick?
point at it.
How does stick go in to the
You just have
goal
an X
unless
drive.
you have
Goes
X drive?
into the ball.
do.
X drive. You just go to the side and then you just.
Yeah,
strafe.
exactly.
out.
X
Why
drive,
don't
yeah.
you just make
Ain't
your
got the
robot
balls.
small enough that it can drive through the tower?
Oh,
That's great.
Wait, that's OP.
Yeah. All right, guys. We got
That's
the
okay.
meta,
Make a
boys.
super small bot that can climb inside of the towers.
That would actually be kind of OP for like a tether bot. Oh,
That's
wait,
why.
what are you
That's why-
doing?
Wait,
What
shut
are
up.
you just
what
have
do
like
you
a
want?
tiny bot.
Okay,
that just
okay,
drives
guys.
through
We
the-
have an actual question here. Thoughts on Swerve Drive? Not in Vex.
Not in Vex.
It's
Not
impossible.
Broken.
It's not impossible.
Well,
But
okay,
it's
sorry.
bad
It's
if
not.
you try.
Okay,
It would
you
take
need
too
to have
many
an
years and the
8-motor
power loss
drive.
would be
Yeah.
Anti-chamber can do
inefficient.
it.
You could end up.
Anti-chamber.
I know that you can, if you're in Vex, you can do it where you cat it and you can make an 8-motor swerve drive where 4 motors swerve the robot on a power transfer, and then they, when they spin together, they rotate all the wheels
Congrats, you
together.
get no benefit.
Oh yeah.
But you get no benefit, or you could use a 5-motor swerve drive, which you'd have reason it wouldn't be exactly a swerve drive, but it would give you some of the benefits of a swerve drive for 5 motors.
Will flywheels exist to shoot balls across the line into the opposing home row?
No, I don't
No.
know about that. Okay, think. Would you be comfortable shooting a 6 point? What is it? 1 inch, 3 inch, 1 inch?
3 inches.
Oh,
Okay, 6
It's
point.
literally
golf
called
balls.
Would you be
basketball.
comfortable shooting a 6.3 inch diameter ball with a flywheel?
I would say Kobe.
Okay.
Should
the
it
problem-
exist? No. Will it exist? Yes.
Okay, well,
Also,
I
the
mean, I
problem with
did
it-
see a
So
team.
why else do you think they gave?
Let
that
me just
big-ass
comment something.
backboard?
I just
Go
put one of the field element balls inside one of my old chassis that I made for Turning Point, which is okay, it's a small chassis. It's like a 14-15 inch chassis, but there's no way you're gonna make a shooting mechanism that can funnel this and have a flywheel that's big enough to shoot one of these.
Bro,
it's
I
just
thought-
not
yeah.
gonna
Look
happen.
at Curry, man. So
These are like, okay,
Whoa.
I shot cubes. You can't tell me I can't
think
shoot
that
these.
these are 1/3 of the size of your size limit. Like,
Wait, a ball is 1/3 the size of your size limit?
yeah,
No,
it's
not even close.
It's
Six-
what?
No,
Okay,
No,
six-
it is. It is.
6
it is
inches in
1/3.
diameter. You have an 18-inch size limit.
Yeah.
6 inches in
Not in
diameter
volume.
isn't 1/3 of the
Yeah,
whole thing,
that's,
though.
you're wrong.
Well,
Wait,
not,
what?
not in
Like-
volume and length.
Height-
it is.
height-
been more
Not
specific.
not
Height-wise.
volume, not volume, not volume, in length.
Wait, then why would we
I heard
care
they were
about,
10
other than volume, why would we care?
Yeah,
He's
volume
saying
is all
that
that
you
really
can't have an
matters.
intake under a flywheel.
Ounce.
I'm saying for hoarding balls, how are you gonna hoard 3 balls if you're if the balls are
big,
6
make
You have to use
inches?
a lift if you want to hoard 3 balls.
No, you don't.
Yes, you do.
I don't know
I
how you're gonna
literally
fit
prototyped
You
it
could
today.
you could have an
It's
intake
like a
in
nut
separate part of
sack.
your
Just
robot.
put more and
You
more.
can
into it.
pick up 3 balls of your color and hold 3 balls of the opponent's color without expanding.
Yeah, but where
Like
would you store
Spraybot
them to keep them
and
separate?
Spraybot, store
Probably
the ball.
science,
mean,
I guess.
You just have to think like originally and not be an ape, I guess.
If your
Bro,
robot
H-
is an
all y'all
empty
hate
frame, you can fit 6 balls inside of it.
Guys, my robot is just a cube frame, and you just put the balls in it, and it holds all the balls.
Exactly. Preload.
All right, what's the next question, guys?
Where's the sack for the balls?
You have to
It is
provide
not.
it.
Okay, next question. Flip out stuff? What's flip out stuff?
Why aren't you answering my questions?
Who will Tarn copy this year? Interesting.
Who's gonna win Worlds? That's a good one.
169.
I wonder.
Okay,
I am going
boys,
Two,
wait,
six, one,
okay,
six,
guys. I would like to say, since we're
Unbiased.
not really getting many productive questions, I would like to show everyone that we have our final guest has joined.
Who is
Is
the
it
final
time?
guest?
Pog.
Yo.
Can the final guest introduce himself?
Hello.
Hi, Zach.
Whoa.
I tell
Good
this.
fucking change.
Zach.
I would like to say
Pog.
169 toss up pictures, high quality. DM me. Starting bid $5.
You're literally, Zach, you're throwing if you build toss up bot.
Oh yeah, you're not
Zach,
the best
can you say
toss-up
good
robots
luck
in the
in town?
world.
Do you
The reason that
like the tower takeover one? In the same
What?
okay, the reason that Zach is so late is because he was secretly at the 9 facility grabbing the 9 bot.
I already have
Changed my mind.
Peter's toss up robot at my house.
Good job. What about 44s?
No, they're garbage.
Oh, dude.
I mean, you just have to steal it for the transmission, honestly.
True. Just take it off the robot.
I know, because the transmission too OP, and that's all you really care about is the flex.
Okay, the transmission
Okay,
would
but
actually
think
be.
about fitting V5 motors in a
Okay,
transmission.
wait.
Mainly,
Okay, this might be slightly redundant, but Zach, can we get your opinions on the game?
Yeah.
I think it's probably the best swing game they've made.
Oh, that is a good point. It's
Yeah,
way better than
no,
Turning
okay.
Point
Yeah,
because
I do
Oh,
agree, and I said
100%.
this
It
to
fits
like.
very well with balls. You know, balls like to be swung back and forth, like power Turning Point.
I think like midway
Takeover,
through
the
my
ball
like
shooting game.
crying fest when I was saying how
Sunday.
bad this game was, the one thing that I did say is that this game will be fun to watch. Because it'll be
Really?
like.
No, I think it'll be horrible.
I disagree with
Really?
I think it'll be horrible.
I think swing
It'll be
games
fun
are
to
fun to
play.
You ever
watch.
It'll
see
be
some
fun to
old men do
try.
tic tac toe? That should be boring to watch.
fun to drive, but really like.
Okay, yeah,
It looks
because
really
yeah,
fun to drive.
that is true
Dude,
because
my
then no one will
tic-tac-toe
know what's
strategy
going on.
algorithm finna go off, dude.
Yeah.
The
Yeah,
problem
it does
is
look fun to
Jaw
drive.
calculating every possible outcome of tic-tac-toe.
the problem is with this game since the objects are so small, it'll be really really hard for the audience to see what's happening.
Small.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Like they're all
What?
low down. Like
They're
there's
what?
nothing like the
Oh.
flags.
No,
that
they're all
really
low to the
fit
floor.
Low.
Yeah,
Like,
like they're
for the
low
most part,
and
you
the
couldn't
goal
see the
is
bottom
small.
3 cubes in a stack.
Oh, fair enough. Yeah.
Yeah.
Bro,
And
anyone
like if there's
remember
people
YouTube?
sitting on the ground in front of the fields at a local tournament, this one's closest to the audience will be really hard to see.
Anyone
in my
remember
personal
New Jersey State's seating? That'd be fun. Just like 20 rows of chairs on the ground.
Yeah, I was at New Jersey State.
Oh, Rice Squash 2, my guy. Oh, 169 CAD?
169 CAD. Hold up.
Wow, that's not. Hell.
Does that conclude all of our talking points?
Is it,
Are there
yeah,
any
There's still a
more
few
Is
mixed
anything else you
questions.
need
in chat.
Any closing remarks?
Adam, you should answer some more questions.
Zach and I have a robot to get back to building.
Yo, wait.
Oh.
Yo,
What
wait.
about me?
Oh.
No leaks.
Hold
Oh,
up, hold up.
All I'm
Okay,
saying,
I think the
picture
user Swiggity Boy has quite a few questions.
2587Z toss-up.
Toss-up reveal.
Okay, wait.
Imagine
Also,
it.
one final thing. Can we talk about how Vex released the game like 30 minutes before they actually released the game?
It was like
Oh
an
yeah,
hour.
we never even touched on that.
No.
Okay,
It was a
so
whole hour and a half.
for all those
Yeah, it
who were
was-
not
it was a
there,
hot
rest
minute.
in
for
peace,
all those who
Archer
were
in
not
chat.
there earlier,
Oh
you
my god,
know-
rest in peace, Archer. It's actually.
Oh yeah,
rest in-
okay, so
For
Rip his
everyone that
channel.
doesn't, understand, in the
Rip Archer.
stream for the game reveal, the comments were ahead by like 30 or like an hour.
The
And
Yeah, the
also
captions.
they
The captions
posted
So,
for an hour. So
uh,
people figured out the name of the game, and because of that, they can get all the game manuals, appendixes, whatever. And in the manual, there's a download for the game reveal.
and then we found the game reveal. So Archer from 1727G said, you know, he has a popular Vex channel, so he decided to upload it, and now we're early.
How many views does he have at this point?
It got
He got-
taken
he
down.
got- he got like
And then he
5K.
decided to post
He
it
got like
on
5K.
Chief Delphi, and two things happened. He got a 1,000-year ban from Chief Delphi.
Wait, what's Chief Delphi?
The
the
FRC
notice-
forum.
FRC
The
forum.
FRC forum, the notice he got says you will be unbanned on April 25th, 3020.
Wait, why would they ban him from FRC?
Because he posted it on the
troll.
FRC
To
forum.
troll.
He also does FSC.
Yeah.
Yeah, but why would they care? It was Vex though.
Because
It was
you
a
know,
forum.
it was a
wasn't
game
actually
leak.
FRC.
and you know, game
Wait,
leaks
it
are
was
like
like a forum.
serious.
Yeah, so did he get his YouTube video taken down or anything?
He got a
Yeah,
copy
He got a
strike.
copyright strike.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's he
Bro,
doing about
he
it?
posted
Not
it before
nothing. I mean,
Vex. He
He went to
posted it.
creators.
okay,
He
to
went
be
to
fair,
creator school.
he did post
Wait.
it before.
He posted it before Vex posted it. Therefore,
Yeah.
Vex copyrighted him, not the other way around.
No.
That's not how it
That's
works.
not how it works.
His name was on the game
He was
pieces.
playing some
therefore
baller
he
music in
made
the
the game.
background.
There's no proof though.
There is proof.
Tilden,
There's
That
okay.
video has been uploaded to Vex's channel way before today.
Since like January.
Yeah, it's definitely Vex's property.
Guys,
Damn
you should
it.
definitely try to find next year's game. Just search a bunch of random YouTube links, and you'll eventually get it.
Can we just have like? Can
Guys,
someone code a bot that just switches YouTube links until we find it?
Someone tried to make that.
You're gonna find a lot of
Sally,
weird
you
stuff.
got something to say?
Ping bot.
Shall we
Ping
got
bot.
some
Ping got Zach 169-929U. Bruh.
Bruh.
Whoa.
All right.
All right. Well, are we done with the conversations?
I think so.
I think there's
Yeah.
still quite a few good questions in chat.
I don't think there are.
I don't think
Yeah.
so.
Wait. So
Closing remarks. Closing remarks.
okay.
Closing
I'll
remarks.
ask Zach a question.
Nah, we need
I
one
have a
more
closing
question.
remark for Zach.
Yes.
How are your balls itchy?
Okay. It was a good stream.
That's for
Nice talking to you guys. We'll see you next
I'm in
time.
extreme